see. Up in the millions like
Sounds weird this
2.3.
week.
But Geoff got it all, getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we're talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on cardstock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt. Cause the market's down and you're down, it's all your fault. You ruined the hobby I love with the bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Did you dip me out? I think you dipped you out. What you talking about? I don't think you did, Jill. It's shaking shit like a GOB's, like it's wholesale thing with the NFT. Taking money from the people who pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay. He's getting money, even better tax-free. Loving all the stimulus, the PPP. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. What's going on with that PPP? You done a lot of talking, not a lot to see. Up in the millions like 2.3. But Geoff got it all, getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we're talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on cardstock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt. Cause the market's down and you're down, it's all your fault. You ruined the hobby I love with the bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Did you dip me out? I think you dipped you out. What you talking about? I don't think you did, Jill. It's just shaking shit like a GOB's, like it's wholesale thing with the NFTs. Taking money from the people who pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay. He's getting money, even better tax-free. Loving all the stimulus, the PPP. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson.
What is going on, everybody? Hopefully, you guys are doing well out there. That is right. It is another Thursday night, June 6th, 8:33 on the East Coast, 5:30 Pacific time, and all across the hobby. There are sweaty, overweight white men that are going to be hanging on every jump shot that Luka takes over the next 2 weeks in his first NBA Finals appearance, as each jump shot and each game could potentially get them back to break even on the sports cards that they bought when Jeff Wilson and all the other influencers were telling you to buy Luka Doncic at the absolute peak of the market. We are joined, as always, by super producer Tim, and I think we can say Olympian.
Wow.
Super producer Tim,
True.
bringing the sports card radio flavor to Europe. I think is it's in Europe this year. I think geography not a strong suit of mine,
Paris.
but we are very excited about that. Paris, okay, beautiful city. And I'm sure there'll be plenty of MILFs and plenty of middle-aged French white women that'll be ready for Tim to
Woo.
come through.
I already been looking.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, we'll definitely have to get back to the search of that. We do have a handful of sports card topics that we'll be discussing tonight. And with that, we usually have Ryan lead the way. How are we doing tonight?
Doing amazing. Got a big night in the sports world. Got a big night in the hobby. Ladies and gentlemen, got a lot of things to talk about on today's program. Of course, the aforementioned Luka Doncic going for his culmination of his first NBA title. I'm sure we can get into that as the game is going on. It is set to tip off very soon. As you may have noticed, we've got a new sponsor over here at Sports Card Radio, cbhobby.com. I think all you guys should head on over to the website. $250, you get free shipping. If you type in the promo code Will Greer, save 10%. Hobby shop located in Wisconsin. They also do group breaks on a Facebook group. So if you're into breaks, tell them Sports Card Radio sent you.
Wow,
we've got a sponsor. So we're just coming up by the day. Not as many sponsors as Cameron Brink.
Wow.
But if we can approach that number at some point, we would be doing well. So we got a lot of things to talk about. We got the sponsorship. We ordered some flip-flops for our girl, Christine. Those came in today. We can talk about that. We can talk about another female in the hobby, Mary Gamble. We can talk about loaded box breaks. Dana White and Michael Rubin had a little tit for tat live on YouTube, live on Fanatics Live. Boy, I guess Dana White doesn't watch Jeff Wilson and Card Collector 2. So we can get into all that. I wouldn't mind talking a little bit about the National. And we have tons to talk about in terms of buying and selling cards. I've been selling cards over the last 5 days, trying to list as much scrap, literally scrap laying around the house as possible. And we'll get into those sales numbers. I've also got a ton of things I'm trying to win tonight. And of course, we have the card show circuit is coming up.
On there.
You know, we'll have to look. We'll have to see if there's any Chase Budinger on there. He probably sold. If you had some Chase Budinger cards listed, they probably would have sold today. So we got a lot of things to talk about. We have the card show circuit coming up. We have the National. We have the Fanatics Fan Fest. We have the Burbank Sports Card Show. And last, but certainly not least, especially in the talent department, we've got the Auburn Trading Card Show in September that we will be at. But I see people have filtered into the chat room. Excited to see Mr. Luka Doncic go for his first title. This cardboard life, the meme god, is in the house. Living with LT is in the house. BK Sports Cards, Bob Boozle's wife, allowed him to attend tonight's offering from Sports Card Radio. Phoenix Rising 2430. What's up, buddy? Rich Frank in the house, longtime listener of Sports Card Radio. Seen that name for many, many years. A collector's dream. Zeke's cards.
We got some early donations as well.
We've got some early donations. Putting money in the bank over here. John Winkler. Maybe we'll buy some Luka Doncic with him. Jabs is now a house flipper. We'll have to. We need some more info on that. Is Jabs into the real estate market? Speaking of somebody, a hobby guy in the real estate market, we'll be talking about Mike Fruitman tonight and his little hobby shop. Looks like his daddy got him to clean his room over there in Colorado. Longtime listener William Dunlap with the $5 says thanks Sports Card Radio for all that
Thank you
guys do. So we've got tons of things to talk about. I don't know where you would like to begin. Perhaps with maybe a non-sports topic, but this is courtesy of TMZ. We're often sometimes compared to TMZ. Quite flattered, my dad.
It is. I love that.
Headline,
great
website. Great website. Headline from TMZ today: Hunter Biden's ex-girlfriend, who I would presume is up here in the right-hand corner, claims he'd smoke crack as soon as he'd wake up. So I'd like your thoughts on that.
I mean, look, I don't have a problem with him doing that, honestly. What I think is somewhat rich is you have typically, obviously, I think he identifies as a Democrat. Someone might even say left wing. I'm not exactly sure. Although if you look at President Joe Biden's policy on the China and on the border this week, he's not really doing a lot of left wing stuff these days. But like they push for gun laws, and that's what he's on trial for. And here he is breaking a pretty obvious gun law, and people want it to go away. It's like the Democrats actually pushed for those types of questions to be on. Like I think he answered a question on a gun application that he doesn't do drugs. Well, if Second Amendment is a given right from the Constitution, you shouldn't have to answer any questions when you go and buy a firearm. You should be able to just walk into the store, put down your dollar bills, and buy it. But you have to, out here in California, it's a mess. But in other places as well, you got to answer questions, pass a test, and this, that, and the other. So in some ways, I actually, from a Second Amendment, if you're a purist from a Second Amendment perspective, you actually think the charges that he's facing are a bunch of BS.
CB is in chat.
CB. Guys,
boy,
10% off cbhobby.com. We've got a sponsor over here at Sports Card Radio. Big things are happening. Couldn't come at a better time for me financially, so I'm very grateful. Thank you, CB Hobby, for the $99.99. And we got 10% off. We might have three. I don't know Tim Kim's employment status, but we might have 3 unemployed people by the time this show airs next week. So, and maybe Joe Biden or Hunter Biden's unemployed as well. Certainly is hanging out with the females of high quality. So, and I don't know if his ex-girlfriend is slamming him there or if she's, almost complimenting
a fact.
Stating a fact.
I mean, all political jokes aside, I mean, I've seen some of the suites that Hunter Biden stays in Vegas. He's obviously got secret security detail around him at all times that probably keeps him out of trouble in terms of getting caught with said crack. I don't know. Wouldn't mind hanging out with Hunter Biden every once in a while. I'll pass on the morning crack. But maybe a Red Bull in the morning, and then we can get going with whatever ladies are around.
Right. I'd like to hang out with him too. Yeah. So seems like a fun guy.
Seems like it'd be a hell of a time. For people who have been asking for Sports Card Radio merchandise,
we're just grifting right now.
We had a delivery to Christine's house today. Famous call-in of the Sports Card Radio program, Christine, one of our few female viewers, besides Hunter's girlfriend. She did go to a delivery of flip-flops today. She's going to sign 10 of them. She's going to keep one of them for herself, and I told her to practice on one of them. So there will be 10 of these available for sale very shortly, probably on the Sports Card Radio eBay account as we just throw them up to the wolves on eBay. So you can imagine that we will be pimping that eBay auction very extensively.
Christine's chanclas.
So we're excited. We're also excited about Mary Gamble. Why doesn't a Mary Gamble, first of all, have more followers? I mean, our boy Rothcards.
How many followers does she have?
Our boy Rothcards has 81,000 followers. I don't know if she's on YouTube.
Oh.
This is the former girlfriend of Justin Gamble.
Now, does she still go by Mary Gamble?
She does.
Wow. So she's a former girlfriend, but she retained the.
Well, now wait a minute. I don't know the relationship status.
Okay,
that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons why we'd probably like to have her on the show.
Okay.
Is because it would be interesting to get the relationship status with Justin Gamble, who we did see was on a date with.
That's true.
We'll say
is this a girlfriend or a sister, or is it it's
no?
confirmed
This used to be a girlfriend.
Okay.
How many followers does she have? 6,000 followers.
Wow. Okay, it's a lot. It seems like.
Come on, dude. How many followers do you think Roth Cards has on Instagram?
I don't know. I mean, people would rather follow
dude, this is a crime. This is criminal.
36. He's 30,000.
30. Look at this tells you all you need to know about the sports card hobby.
Right. People would rather be like Roth Cards than date and marry Gamble.
I agree. What content would you rather watch? Marry Gamble or Roth Cards?
I mean, I can be honest. I spend maybe 3 or 4 minutes on Instagram, and I'm not looking at a lot of men. Let's just put it that way.
So I can ask you, if you had 3 or 4 minutes to spend on content, let's just say that the algorithm shoved you card content, would you rather get fed content by Mary Gamble? And she does update. These are like in the last few days. It's not like she has like a dead account.
Amazing. Yeah.
I presume he updates his account. Now, whether or not these are real followers or not, we don't know. Who would you rather follow?
If you didn't do videos on Roth Cards, I wouldn't even know who he is. I wouldn't even know who he is. I don't know what he's ever done in his life. You know what I mean? Like, I would not know who he was. If I do not get his videos. I don't watch a lot of sports card content, so it doesn't come up into my feed. I watch AIH Sports. I watch Dan the Card Man. There's the Card Chat guy. There's a few other that pops up in my feed. I watch those. I don't watch a lot of breaks. I don't watch a lot of the other stuff out there. Occasionally, maybe I'll do a search and I'll come across some guys. There was the investor baseball card dealer guy. I was watching a couple of his videos. I actually thought they were pretty good.
Chris Sewell.
Occasionally watch Sports Card Dad as well. He's prolific. He posts a lot of content, and so that gets pushed to my feed. I wouldn't know who Roth Cards was. I don't know what he does. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I think he does a lot of this. I bought this, I sold this type of stuff. Doesn't really interest me. Doesn't really interest me that much. Not of the kind of cards he's selling. I like kind of the lower end stuff, the kind of cheap stuff. This stuff to me is more like a fantasy. It's more of a, like, I don't actually know. I don't actually believe a lot of these deals are actually going down and that they're actually, legit.
I bet Jeff Wilson wishes that Desmond Ritter deal was fake, but that the money probably actually changed hands there. So I just think, this is a testament of this hobby that if you want it to 10x,
right.
One of the easiest ways to get it to 10x is just involve the other gender, even at a 10 or 20% clip. I mean, it's a 95 to 5 male dominated industry. Easy. Probably watching right now, it's 95. It's probably 98 to 2. And the 2 watching might be, boyfriends making their girlfriend or their wife watch the show with them.
Sure.
So I think one way to get more people in, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. 36,000 unless they're incentivized to follow this guy. But maybe I'm missing something. I'm not on Instagram that much, so perhaps, content of men going around to card shows and showing off pictures of men, that plays very well on Instagram. Not that 36,000 followers is, we're not talking about millions of followers over here, or Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi or somebody.
No, obviously not.
But I think this girl should have more followers. I'm going to be disappointed if she doesn't have 7,000 followers next week. That's all I got to say.
Wow.
But the reason why I bring her up is because she made a trip to our boys' card shop. Let's see if I can pull it up.
Oh my God.
She said her plane got stuck. We need to get her upgrade her hotel room for sure. If she was traveling with us, we get her an upgrade. I love the little twist at the end there, but she goes into our boy. She goes into our boy Mike State. Look now, for anybody who knows about Mike Stadium Sports Cards in Aurora, Colorado, people used to describe this sports card store as like a flea market, that it was a mess, that there was no inventory control, that Mike had all the inventory up here. He was the only one that knew where anything was. Place was a junk house.
Yeah.
So I was shocked to see this picture today. Do you think that this means that we've heard about Fanatics and Michael Rubin scoring these hobby shops? Do you think Michael Rubin and Fanatics is over the shoulder of Mikey here and making him clean up his room in Aurora, Colorado?
Well, I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. My understanding, and I could be mistaken on this, is that Mike actually sold at least part of the interest or some of the interest or all of the interest in the shop. So I don't think he even he might only be a part owner at this point. And I don't know the financial implications of that, but I seem to recall either him putting out that news or somebody putting out that news that they actually acquired a stake in the shop. So I don't even know how much Mike is involved in the shop these days, other than maybe being a partial owner, maybe having still some connections in the industry. I think he was at the Tops conference, so he obviously is still in the industry. Now he did buy a $750,000 house in the area at the top of the market. So that's going to pose some problems, and that's probably why he still has to work Denver Nuggets games. But hey, I mean, you got Mary showing up. That's a positive, and that's definitely a good thing. Normally it's guys like that and that wife beater. So who would you rather have at your shop? Mr. Colorado
This
Rockies
is the type
beater?
of guy. This is the guy that follows Roth cards, but he doesn't follow Mary Gamble.
Right.
That's the hobby right there.
Right there.
Right. No offense.
When you would go to the national, when you would go to the national in 2014s, how many guys would you see like that walking around?
This guy's skinny. This guy's a lightweight.
Oh, okay.
This dude's a lightweight compared to the boys around the national.
Okay.
But this is exactly what I think about when I think of the hobby, is that right there.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But like you said, I think there's this fascination with 10xing the hobby. You're not doing it with the dude and the wife beater. You have a much better shot at 10xing the hobby if you actually introduce a completely untapped demographic. And we are talking about pictures of men here. Seems to me like women wouldn't mind having collections of pictures of men. It just happens men with man buns. And I don't know if Roth Cards is questioning his gender identity. He certainly looks like one of the people from the generation that is doing that every hour, every day. I don't know. I don't know, but you're not going to 10x this hobby on the back of Roth Cards. This has been done and tried and done again and again and again. Whereas, our girl Mary, probably the future of the 10x.
I mean, he got 50,000 views on a video where he just teased it. Like that's all he did in this video, was tease that he was going to show off this huge card. Presumably, I guess this Luka green. So I guess that's the type of content that plays well in the sports card hobby.
That's right, baby.
Now, whether or not these are real followers and real views, I guess that's a discussion for another day. What's real is you can get 10% off over at cbhobby.com, ladies and gentlemen. Promo code Will Greer. Spend $250 and you can get free shipping. We got supplies over here. I need to load up on some supplies. But I know you crackheads, speaking of Hunter Biden, I know some of you crackheads need some product to buy. Like I said, if you want to get into breaks, private Facebook group, CB Hobby over on Facebook. Tell them Sports Card Radio sent you. But it is Boston has looks like an early lead in the NBA Finals, as the Luka Doncic investors probably aren't nervous yet. It's just game one. A lot can happen. I hate to break it to the Luka Doncic investors, but Luka Doncic could sweep the Boston Celtics 4-0, average 45 points a game. And guess what? He got to win another title, because how many titles does Michael have? How many does Kobe have? How many does Shaq have? How many does Steph Curry have? How many does LeBron James have? This would put him in the company of Giannis Antetokounmpo and Nikola Jokic, guys who have won one title. And until you do it again, you ain't never going to be mentioned in the same breath as the guys I've already discussed. As I'm already trying to send bad juju to Luka Doncic's way. But I see that his Silver Prism card is hovering around $2,000. It does appear in the last 2 years, this card is down 6%. In the last year, it has risen 49%.
Whoa. Okay.
Up $600. So you have
that.
seen a move, and you can look at this. I don't know if you could see it. It might be hard on the, but you can see this move, this finals move has awakened some Luka Doncic money, and this is big. Now, if they get swept or he chokes or he gets hurt or he whines too much and they lose, it'll be actually even as interesting to look what happens to the price chart. Do we start to retouch some of the 29? Does it get under $1,000? Especially if something bad happens. So we shall see. Again, very, very early and way too early to be discussing the implications there. But people are spending real money on these cards. This one ends tonight, and it's going to end for right around $2,000. So it certainly doesn't make me feel bad about placing bids on a Derek Jeter autograph. We had one of these at one point. I think it was like a PSA 7 or something. That one's a little better. I was going to bid on this Tiger Woods card, but it got up to $2,200.
Is it signed?
5 of 5 gold. Yeah, 5 of 5 gold.
Oh, I see it now.
2012. Cool. So older card.
He's playing next week.
Hey, we love that he's still out there. If you wanted to get OJ Simpson's Florida driver's license, $4,200. That ends in an hour. Interesting memorabilia. I am bidding on this Victor Wembanyama. It looks like I am high bid. I don't know. I don't know when the right time to buy this guy's cards are. But if Luka Doncic is going to win a title, then how many is Victor Wembanyama going to win? Speaking of females, dual autograph of Caitlin Clark, who's been in the news a lot, and Paige Buchers, another girl who we'll probably be hearing about, who we have heard a lot about, but probably as she reaches the WNBA, we'll be hearing more about her. She's got some talent too. And in case you needed a case of 1983 Topps football, I think this is one of the highest priced auctions ending tonight. 73 hundo, baby. BBCE certified.
Ooh.
So
real deal.
You know it's the real deal, baby, when Steve Hart graced it with his wrap. So $7,300 for 20 boxes may not be that bad a deal. That's only like $3 and some change per box. So I don't know what those sell for.
I don't know.
I'm sure 77.
Well, the thing is, you got to open that if you open it. But you got to open that, and then you got to send it to PSA. So you're in for $7, and then you're in for another whatever it is, $20 a card.
You can't open it. You got the case right there. You can't open these.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
Right. You've got the case.
I mean, I don't know.
I think
just let it sit there.
Maybe. I don't know.
The wrap.
I think the Steve wrap, baby. Just present it like that.
Mm-hmm.
The Stevie wrap.
Just wait another. How long has it been? 40 years. Wait another 40 years, and maybe it'll be worth $15,000.
Just got another bid, or it's getting bids as we speak. It's up to $10,000.
Oh, look at you. Promo code GOLDIN.
Promo code Sports Card Radio. Yes, promo code Sports Card Radio.
Promo code Netflix.
Code.
I'm being real. What is it? The Netflix show is like, I think next week or something. I've been seeing like whatever Goldin's account tweet about it every 10 minutes or whatever. But I'm pretty sure it's IN, I think. There it is.
I don't want to bring up the trailer because we'll get copyright infringed.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we don't want to do that. But yeah, but isn't the marketplace down? So they're not doing the marketplace right now, right?
Correct. Well, there's no marketplace, but you could still send into the weekly auction. But the marketplace was tied to the PSA vault, so all those will be going onto eBay.
I swear to God, I'd be clicking whatever we have in the vault. I'd be clicking send to auction, because I remember the last time the show aired on Netflix, it was like cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
Cha-ching,
Like
cha-ching.
it was huge sales.
I think if you have items in these later auctions, I think they could do really well. Because like you
Our
said,
girl Alex in the chat,
hey,
Golden Touch.
Alex
I think the reason why you would
get Alex
watch
a card.
Touch,
is Alex Giammo, right?
I mean, are we really watching to see Ken and what's the other guy? I don't even know the other guy's name.
I swear she better have a lot of followers. Okay, 104,000.
Okay. Well,
if Roth cards have more followers than her, I swear to God, I would have just shut it down.
We just shut it down.
I'm good.
Instagram's broken.
I'm good today. So she has 3 times the followers as Roth cards. Although if he's buying followers as we speak, he might be able to catch up within the matter of days.
Well, yeah, by tomorrow she'll be down a little bit. We love you too, so Alex. Thank you for tuning in.
Some order is restored in the world. The fact that
yes, thank God,
she has 3 times the followers as Roth cards. So
I mean, hopefully my wife's not watching, but I do. Like one of the reasons why I do go to Instagram is for accounts like Alex. Otherwise,
come on.
Instagram is not really that entertaining to me. So, but it is what it is.
This pizza looks slamming over here too. So we have a diverse set of content over here. As we go to our boy Roth cards, all he's doing is hyping himself. I mean, does this guy do anything but hype himself? Which is fine.
I mean, that maybe that's what we should be doing.
Do that, but
maybe we need to be doing this.
Maybe so.
We're doing it all wrong.
But it does look like our boy Mike Stadium Sports Cards. Maybe it looked kind of empty in here.
Cleaned up his act.
Like, well, what happened to all the stuff?
He's selling everything.
He's selling everything.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe things are moving.
Look at the wall over here. Let's just look. It's empty over here on this wall. I don't know. I wasn't in there. Mary was in there. She picked up a couple of cards. Hopefully she had a good time. Speaking of selling cards, I bought I bought the $800 scanner, whatever the hell it is.
And you sold $18 worth of cards.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. But actually, I'm actually really happy about that because
okay, that's good.
First of all, it was just junk laying around the house, stuff that has been picked through a 50-cent box at card shows 3 times over. So it's literally scrap laying around the house. I did purchase 2,000 vintage cards that haven't arrived. So I'll be listing those probably next week. 2,000, like they're from the 60s and 70s, mostly baseball, I think. I think about 2,000 of them for about 10 to 15 cents each. So we'll see how that works out. But I did sell a few cards, 8 Heliot Ramos cards. And I still have 70 more. He's on fire with the Giants, so his cards are selling. So if you have some of those laying around, I highly suggest you list those.
Yeah.
I sold five Mike Trout cards that I had laying around that I paid 4 cents each for, 3 Michael Jordan cards, 2 Steph Curry, and then you could see the other ones, Vic, McCaffrey, the Diamondbacks stud, Eduardo Najera, former Dallas Maverick, Cameron Jordan, refractor, football player for the Saints, Danny Gray, an autograph for the 49ers, a Pete Alonso base card, a Bobby Witt Jr. base card, and a 1952 Topps Vern Bickford.
Wow.
So what have you been, and this is the last 5 days. So, we were at Burbank Sports Cards the other day and he has 40 million cards listed for sale and he does 3,000 to 5,000 cards, that he sells per day. I think, if you had 1 million cards
3,000 to
listed,
5,000. Oh, wow. It's a lot.
He sells 3,000 to 5,000. Yeah. Cards
just
per day.
on eBay, or is it
just on eBay?
Oh my God.
No, that doesn't include his store.
Oh, wow.
So it's fun. So then like I said, I got 2,000 vintage cards showing up in the next week. So we'll see how that goes. What are you buying and selling? What's selling on eBay? Is Michael Jordan selling?
Oh my God, Michael Jordan. I mean, there's my stats. We're getting close to a 90-day total. That's probably closer to like a 45 or 50-day total. 290 sold, got 983 listed. I haven't been listing a lot this week. But what has been selling is a lot of Michael Jordan cards. What I've gotten into as well, you might be able to see it there, is I have 2 Michael Jordan cards that that may sell for 99 cents, maybe. And maybe have a little bit dinged corner as well. I have found lotting those up, you can actually get more than $1 per card. Now I am advertising them as EX condition, doing 6 scans of the cards. But I've noticed that my 2 card lots of Michael Jordan have been selling, and I got, 360 shipped for 2 cards that honestly are a little tough to sell. Or somebody that bought 2 of them. These cards are tough to sell, especially if they're not in mint condition, for 99 cents each. So those have been moving. I accidentally sent somebody a $7 Michael Jordan card when he ordered a 99-cent one, but such is life on those things. And so no, it's been going good. I bought a big lot, like 140 lot of baseball autographs. What I've noticed is like baseball autographs will still sell. Basketball, maybe not as much, football, not as much, but like baseball players that played 1 year in the MLB and haven't been in the MLB in a year or two, if you get those autographs at the right price, they'll still sell. And so I bought, I think, about 150 MLB autographs for $1.50 each. I should be able to get between $2 and $4 for all of them. I'll only make, maybe $40 or $50 there, but I thought I'd give that a try. But look, it's been good. I've been packaging stuff every single day. The standard envelopes have been getting delivered for the most part. Occasionally you have ones that don't get delivered. Sometimes you have to provide refunds.
Talk about that. Talk
Yeah,
about
so
eBay, the error rate with eBay standard envelope.
Yeah,
the
so what I'm
64-cent
using,
shipping option.
So I'm using these little envelopes I got on Amazon. They were about 5 cents each. And what I do is I cut out a little piece of cardboard, and I've got a paper cutter. It's actually sitting under this computer, kind of propping it up. I cut out this cardboard, and then like I'll have a Michael Jordan like this, and then I'll slide this into a team bag, and then this will slide into the standard envelope. And this weighs less than an ounce, and so it's 64 cents or maybe 66 cents, can't remember, to send that out. Now, occasionally it gets rejected at the post office. For example, I had a guy showed me a picture of his envelope. He went and picked it up at the post office, and it was like he owed 44 cents. So I sent him a refund of 44 cents. He actually really appreciated that. And so, yeah, so, and occasionally they get sent back to me. Like I had 2 different cards over the last week. What's funny is on my sold listings, it actually shows the package is delivered, but they actually get delivered back to me. And it doesn't get delivered back to my address here in California. It actually shows delivered, like basically like the item was delivered in their zip code. But for some reason, it gets sent all the way back to me. Now I'm getting on there. I'm providing refunds. I explained to the people like what happened. If they want to buy the card again, no problem. I'll shoot them a couple bucks, or maybe we'll add a couple dollars to the shipping. No big deal. I'm not trying to get rich off my eBay listings. I'm actually trying to take care of the customer and things like that. So, but yeah, no, the standard envelope, like I've said, I've sent out 291 orders, and I've only had an error rate of maybe 3 or 4. And so it's like a 1% error rate, which is totally acceptable. Even if you're doing, like when I was doing Amazon and I would send out 300 Amazon package, you'd probably have an error rate of about that much where somebody wouldn't get something or it would be damaged or whatever. So 1% error rate is not bad at all. And I'm actually surprised it's as low as that. So no, the eBay sales have been going really well. I have 983 items listed. I probably sell anywhere from 25 to 30 cards, $25 to $30 of cards a day. Sometimes a little bit higher. Might go to 40 or 50 or 60, depending on, you might have somebody come through and buy like 8, 9 cards. So it's good. So if I can get from 980 active listings, let's say I'm Fanatics and I 10x it and I get it to 10,000, then you're probably doing $200 to $300 a day in sales. if you're selling the same type of inventory. Now, I'll probably have to expand a little bit outside of Michael Jordan. I would love to expand more into Kobe Bryant and things like that. But Kobe's don't come up for sale as much as Michael Jordan. And but we have seen there is opportunities. If you go to check out my cards, there are arbitrage opportunities where you can buy the cards on Check Out My Cards, and now you have to wait. I don't get. I've probably ordered 500 or 600 cards from them. I am not going to get them until. I won't get them until August. But there are huge arbitrage opportunities. I've probably bought out of the 500 or 600 cards I have coming to me. I would say almost half are Mickey Mantle cards. So there was a huge arbitrage opportunity with Mickey Mantle, and there's probably other opportunities there as well. And there's other sources as well. If you show up to these card shows, if you're out there actively buying, certainly if anybody's watching has, base cards that they want to sell, again, understanding that we have to resell these. So we're not looking to pay top dollar. But for Michael Jordan cards, I'm willing to pay, as long as it's a licensed Michael Jordan card that's not chewed up by your dog, I'm willing to pay $0.75 or $1 per Michael Jordan, almost sight unseen. Almost sight unseen. Now, there's some sticker cards. There's a few of his insert sets, a few of his common cards that are worth basically right at $1. But in general, I'm paying $1, $1.50, usually $1.60, $1.70 for Michael Jordan cards. And again, I promised a video at some point on the Clips channel. I'll produce that. I may get fired tomorrow, so I might end up being able to produce that next week. And so I will show exactly the auctions that I bought, and I will show you auctions that I bought that I paid $1.50 for some cards, and 2 or 3 of the cards in there will pay for the entire auction, and then the rest of the Jordans you're getting in there are pure profit. So it's just a strategy that we're working on now. And I don't know if everybody that tunes into the show either cares or knows. We've been doing this for 25, we're probably in our 25th year buying and selling trading cards. Like, this is not something that we just kind of started doing. We've had a wholesale license. We've had a card shop. We've bought and sold on eBay. I don't know how much feedback is on the eBay account. Here's a Check Out My Cards account where you've purchased and sold over 130,000 cards. There's probably very few people in this hobby that have sold 130,000 cards ever in their whole life. And this is just one account that we have. We've been buying and selling cards, a lot of different strategies. What I'm doing now, and certainly what you're doing now, could potentially change, but it also could potentially scale up. Like I said, there's a huge probability I don't have actual employment going forward. And so this might be something that I choose to scale up, probably not to the level that Burbank's at, where he's got warehouses and millions of cards, but I could see scaling this up to 100,000 cards. And you've got a big business there. You got a big business. I have some room in my house. I've expanded on my house. I've got some room. And like I said, I might get fired. I might have the time. So I'm excited.
Yeah. And I think there would be, Rob at Burbank individually lists all his cards. He doesn't lot cards up. I like what you mentioned about lotting up Michael Jordan cards. I had a bunch of scrappy, just graded cards laying around. And I was able to figure that I was into them for about let's call it about $2.50 each. And so I just put them on eBay in 10 lots for between $50 and $60. And those things snap sell. I just sold one the other day, and we're talking about arena club slabs. We're not even talking about like PSA slabs. We're talking about, 10 slabs, and 2 of them might be PSA, 5 of them might be arena club, and a couple of them BCCG. It's just like the scrappy stuff laying around, but you can still turn a profit on it if you you bundle this stuff up. So if you were able to acquire a lot of inventory through one way or another, and we have an audience now to where, we probably could say, hey, we're buying cards at this show or at this location, and people might actually show up and give us a good deal potentially. And so this is something that I think I have 300 cards listed, and I sold whatever this is. This might be like 25 cards. I sold through like 10% of my fucking listings of scrap.
Yeah. If you have it priced right, it moves.
It
mean,
moves.
if you're priced too high, then it's not going to move.
It's never going to move. And that's probably a lot of people run into these things. They overvalue what they have. And if you got to turn and burn this stuff, you got to turn
I'm on
and burn
check out my
stuff.
cards. Just give you an example. I'm on check out my cards. Let's just say you're on a card and the lowest price is $1.50. And I'll offer a guy that has a higher price $1.45. And he'll counter me back at like $1.70. And it's like, no, guy. The lowest price on the site is $1.50. Why would I pay $1.70 to you when I can snap by the card for $1.50? So there's just a lot of people, in my opinion, that just are a little clueless in terms of their thing. So I'm gonna get another beer. I'll be right back.
Okay, you're gonna get another beer. So anybody that would like to come out and see us at one of these shows, we got the Fanatics Fest coming up in August. But if you want to come out to the Burbank Sports Card Show, we're gonna have a table here. Come on out to the Burbank Sports Card Show. I challenge actually any influencer to have a better cabinet than we will.
I'll be back from the Olympics. Actually,
you're going to be back from the Olympics. Come on out, meet Tim Kim. I think we're actually going to be broadcasting from the show. And if you don't have a better display, if you're an influencer and you don't have a better display cabinet than the one we have, you can't come on the show.
True.
I'm joking about that, but
oh,
so we have some nice stuff, but I do enjoy playing in this low end game because trust me, it's very, very easy to get cheap, essentially base cards or low end insert cards. These are cards that people literally throw away or don't want.
Are you boys gonna fly me out for Fanatics Fest? That's what Cardboard Life is asking.
Oh man, I don't know if our
hey,
I don't know if our numbers.
Here's the deal, and we might find out tomorrow. If I get 6 months severance, now I don't think I can afford to fly you out first class no matter what, but I can afford to fly you out.
I don't need first class.
You don't need first class, okay? If you don't need first class, then if I get
available, I'm okay.
If I get 6 months severance, I will fly you out to Fanatics Fest. I'll fly you out. That is now. I have I have the reservation at the Pendry, so we'll have to work out accommodations. So
we'll figure it out.
He'll have 8 married women. He'll have 8 married women he could go stay with in New York City.
Yeah. Okay.
If you confirm the flight, I'll start looking now.
Okay. You'll get your rooms booked.
I'll find a room to stay in.
Okay, that's amazing. So yeah, I don't know what it costs. I know what a first class flight costs, but I don't know what a coach flight costs, and it's not a crazy number. So if I get 6 months severance, and I might find out probably Friday or Monday is when I'll find out. And once I find out, I will let you know. And if that's the case, then we'll do
it. Can't wait to hear Gary Vaynerchuk and special guest from the main stage at the Fanatics Fest.
He just came out with a book. I actually, speaking of Gary V, I just bought his book. It was day trading attention, I think is what it was called. I think. Can't remember. Yeah, the first one. Yeah. So I bought this. I'm terrible. I buy books all the time, and I'm the slowest reader in the world. But I bought that because I might be starting one of my own little things here in the next probably next week. And so I thought thing about Gary V is. And it's not just isolated to Gary V. But if you watch Gary V videos all day, you get up off your ass and you do something. You know what I mean? So I like people.
Yeah. I don't mind the motivational kind of speaking,
right?
And some of the stuff, some of his takes on marketing. I think the card stuff was interesting. I think how he kind of dipped in and dipped out. You know what I mean? He dipped in
and look that I mean that's not here nor there. But I think if spend 30 minutes watching Gary Vee videos for a week or 30 minutes watching pretty girls on Instagram. Now, normally it's the latter for me, to be honest with you. But when I'm like, I might need to make a little money, listening to Gary Vee does help. You know what I mean? It you don't have to take his advice word for word. That's certainly not what I'm doing, but you get inspired and you get motivated. And we've heard of a lot of people say, "Oh, I watched Gary Vee, I got into the hobby," or "I watched Gary Vee, I started going to garage sales," or "I watched Gary Vee, I started doing this." You know what I mean? And so I think there's value. There is value in that type of content. And so I don't mind.
Speaking
And
of,
people say that about Sports Car Radio. They say, "Hey, I watched you and I did, I started doing something." And so I take that as a huge compliment.
speaking of influence,
What's the score?
The Boston Celtics have a 19-point lead in game one.
No. Where's the
of
game
NBA
at? Is it in
Finals.
Boston or is it in
It's
Dallas?
in Boston. It's in
Okay.
Boston. But
Okay.
the Celtics, I think, had one of the best records in the entire league. So they're going to have home court. They've been sitting around for a few days. Obviously, early in this game, and NBA games can sometimes swing pretty wildly. So still got a lot of time left in the game, obviously in the series. But
yeah.
I think right
Plenty of
now, my guy, I have not been reading the chat, but I'm guessing there was probably several people, at least a small handful, who came here today that if the score was the other way around, it'd be,
God.
why aren't you guys talking about Luka?
Trust me, Ryan. Ryan, my DMs have already been filled that Luka Doncic has a Western Conference championship ring. People have literally said Luka already has a Western Conference championship ring. And I almost died. Almost exactly. I was like, what is that? I don't even know what that is. I mean, I know we're Laker fans. And if you look over the last, certainly our lifetime, the last 40 something years, the Lakers have won or been in the finals damn near half of our life. So we know what actual winning looks like. This is what winning looks like right here.
We saw Michael Jordan.
Right. In his prime.
This isn't just 6. This is, he won 3. Then he quit. He went and played baseball. Then he came back and won 3 more.
Driven out. Yeah. No, this goes all to my point is that Michael Jordan was such a alpha motivator that they actually drove him out of the NBA and out of the Chicago Bulls. And he had to get basically drawn back. And he was actually sent out a second time. Same thing almost happened to Kobe. So yeah, we know we've seen winning and dominance. And we've seen actually good basketball. But the kids these days, look, it's just like growing up and listening to, I don't know who's hot right now, Taylor Swift and Olivia Rodrigo or whatever. It's growing up and listening to that, but not you don't know who Olivia is? Oh my God.
No. Am I missing out? Oh, I am missing out.
Yes,
wow.
You are.
Do I have to be careful with these images here? Do we gotta be a little careful?
Maybe not on Google. But
how old is? Wait a minute. How old is she? Wait a minute. How old?
I don't know how old she is.
She's
21. Okay, she's 21.
Pretty young.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's.
We're just making sure we stay legal and safe.
Right. Yeah. I better watch what I say until we find out how old she is. No, I think she's fantastic. No, and I think she's our music's actually pretty good too. Honestly. But it's like growing up and listening to them and having no appreciation for some of the art, Madonna or whoever it was in the past, Britney Spears or whoever. So it's like, and a lot of people are that way with Luka, whereas he's kind of he's the only guy they've ever experienced. They have a 30-point lead.
They almost have a 30-point lead.
Oh my God.
They have a 27-point lead in the second quarter.
Yeah, I did see a lot of people were like, Mavs in 4 and Mavs in 5. And I was like, I don't know. Boston is actually pretty good. You know what I mean?
Kind of their time too.
It's
honestly kind of their time. As people were saying, oh, it's Luka's time. And I'm kind of thinking to myself, well, the Celtics lost to the Warriors a couple years ago. And it's kind of Jason Tatum's time and Jaylen Brown to kind of get over the hump. And they have some other players on this team that are quality role players. And we'll see how those guys play on the road. And we'll see how they play in the rest of the game. Obviously, it's very early in the game, very early in the season. But if you're a Celtics fan right now, you gotta be feeling great how this first half went. And now if you're buying Luka Doncic cards, you got to grab your sack. And
like I said, half the hobby is hanging on every damn of the jumper. I mean, God, every step back that he misses, it's like, oh God. Because and then there would be a huge rush to sell his card. So I think, in my opinion, the time to sell was, regardless of whether he was up 30 or down 30 right now, I think the time to sell, the time to sell is here. The time to sell is here. But I've never seen a picture of a man that I didn't want to sell. So I may not be one to talk.
Yeah, very, 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 very interesting. And just to tease another thing, we will go live no matter what happens in this series. In the final game, whoever wins, we will go live to either take the L. If Luka Doncic wins, we're gonna get on, take the L. Any Mavs fans, any Doncic fans can call in, and just take a victory lap. Now, if the Boston Celtics win, boy, oh boy, you haters don't want to be around that night.
They won't be calling in. Hey, speaking of call-ins, are we dropping the call-in?
The call-in link is scrolling at the bottom, but I'll drop
it in. Right. Somebody wants to call in, because it's not like we have a lot to talk about tonight. To be honest with you, not gonna lie.
I could talk about Alex Giammo and Mary Gamble for the next hour and a half if you need me to.
I'll talk to Alex.
Well, why the hell not? Honestly.
So long-winded way to say I've got 300 listings, sold about 10% of them. Very, 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 very happy with that. And I think scaling this up to, I don't know if you ever want to get 40 million cards. I think you offload as you go. The ones that aren't selling, you either sell them at a card show or you offload them somehow. And
right. And that's kind of how I'm looking at it, is like, I have 900 listed. I sold 300. And I'm trying to keep a balance until I decide, if I get fired, then it's like, well, okay, I'll scale this up a little further, get some shelving, get some more boxes. But in the meantime, I want to have a happy balance of listing, selling kind of thing. Oh my God.
We have a guest. We have a call in. The real Dave Snyder's joining us.
The real Dave Snyder, yes.
How we feeling, buddy?
I get so many messages.
Basement dwelling. Fondling cardboard.
You're fondling cardboard. What cardboard are you fondling these days?
Let's see. It seems like Sean Green cards, which is kind of weird, but okay. And then probably more hockey than I should probably be touching at this point.
Are you selling these cards? Or are you collecting them, putting them in boxes?
I'm not a flipping guy, and I'm a hoarder. I admit it. I'm not afraid to admit it, I guess.
How many cards do you have?
Approximately. I think we did this before, but this is all. This whole room is pretty much
whole room.
Full. Yeah. So, yeah, that's about it. But
you can sell some to us. We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take 8 boxes off your hand.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought about it. I got a Whatnot account, and I'm able to go live, but I haven't done it. I've been kind of freaked out about it. I'm trying to get over the hump and actually sell some of this stuff to get rid of it. But it's just been, I don't know. My big PC is I collect Buffalo Sabres alumni autographs. And out of the 750 plus alumni, I'm sitting around 549 actual autographs from different alumni. So I'm working on that, but who knows where I'm going to go with it from there. That's the only part that I really care about is the Sabre stuff. The rest of this stuff actually has to go at some point. But I wouldn't even know where to begin. And probably half of the collectors that are my age are probably like that as well. We're all sitting on all this. It probably 40% junk wax, and the rest is stuff that just keeps building up over time. But I don't know. I just can't get over the hump and get rid of it. I'm almost afraid to. I don't know why I'm afraid to get rid of it, but that's where I'm at.
And how long have you been accumulating this stuff? Like how long a process to fill that room?
Since since the 80s.
And go ahead. Oh,
Are you getting
His wife's-
punished by your?
are you getting punished?
I know what was the question? One more time. I'm sorry.
Can you have
So
your
wait,
wife come on?
Yeah, what does she
Yeah.
think about all this?
Oh, dude, I would be in so. It's like that's kind of embarrassing, but yeah, it has been an emotional up and down roller coaster over the years. I spend too much time in the basement with the cards and not enough time upstairs, I guess, sometimes.
Well, we could talk to your wife about that. I mean,
No, we're
we
not
can-
going there.
we
Yeah,
can, you know,
I want to be able to sleep and whatever.
you don't want Tim talking to your wife. Is that really what it's all about?
Tim would after 31 years of marriage, I need to be more careful with what I say sometimes, I guess.
Okay, fair enough.
But I was going to say something about Tim, and I better not go there. It would be
Okay.
Tim's like a hero kind of thing. So
Yeah, for many.
yeah, definitely. But I don't want to sit on here all day. But I did want to mention one thing. I do send you guys stuff on Instagram every once in a while to your messages on there. I'm actually I don't want to plug myself on Instagram because I don't think that's right. I'll do mine naturally. I don't want to build through you guys. That's not fair. You guys built this.
What's your Instagram? No, we can do that right now. What is it?
You can send us a check as well.
Cardboard Exchange 1. All one word.
I do get, yeah. I'm about as good as answering messages on Instagram as I am at getting on my Peloton every night. So
This is you right here.
Look at this clown over here in the one picture down there. That's my.
yeah, I think you sent me that.
I'm loving it.
That boy's a nutball.
Is your what? Do we have any pictures of the better half on here, or is it just you on
No,
here?
there won't be
Okay.
any of that.
I see.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Well, if Alex DMs me, I'm definitely getting back to her. But you're no offense, but once a week I'll check in on yours.
Well, I don't blame you for that. I would ignore me completely. As a matter of fact, I just disembowel the whole idea of knowing Dave in any way, shape, or form, quite frankly. But I do have one thing I really have just chomping at my ass lately. Every time I see a post come up on Instagram from the great ass wipe,
The great
he just
creator.
constantly limits the comments so that you can't go in there and blow him up, man. It's like the guy's so
wait
afraid to get blown up.
Wait a second. So
I think we're blocked.
You're blocked, but I'm not. And he's such a
We're
what a
blocked.
puss. Like,
so wait a second. You can limit the comments on Instagram
it says it's limited or whatever.
to only people that follow him or something, or I don't
I don't know, but
only
every time I
allowing-
try to make a comment, it won't. It says comments are shut off or it's limited or.
And what kind of since we're blocked, I don't know what kind of content he's posting on Instagram. What kind of content is the curator posting that he doesn't want people to comment on?
Right. It's like it's so stupid, and I wish you guys could see it from somewhere else. I guess maybe Tim can check it out for you and let you know. But anyway, that's the only thing that's bothering me this week. Enough of me.
Right.
More of you. Gotta go.
Okay. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate
No
it.
problem,
Thank
man.
you.
See ya.
Thank you. Okay. Curator curating his comments, if you will. Did not know.
I wanted to get. Yeah. I don't know about Instagram so much unless it's looking at pictures of Alex or come on, what are we talking about here? I was interested more in his wife, our boy Dave's wife, like and that the fact that the card room has caused problems in the relationship. I think that would be interesting to explore. Maybe on another week.
I think it's all about balance. You know what I mean? Like like he did describe himself almost as like a hoarder or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's like hoard some cards, but also figure out what your wife likes. Your wife likes Louis. Your wife likes jewelry. Your wife likes garden supplies. I don't know. I don't care what it is. Hoard some cardboard, but then at the same time, get some stuff that your wife likes. You know what I mean? Like I have found that like my wife doesn't care about the cards because she knows I'm selling them all day, every day. And I barely have a card over at this house that's more than a year old, other than like a Tiger autograph that I got in person. Like that's the only thing that I've ever kept for more than a couple of years. So like balance it a little bit, you know? Same thing with the watches, right? I started buying watches and my wife was like, how much you pay for that? It's like 11. And then I got the next one. How much you pay for that? That was 13. Then I bought another one. It's like, how much you pay for that one? 15. And then I was like, oh shit. Like I ain't going to be able to get none of these anymore. So then you go out and you buy your wife one. And then it calms it down. Like I've noticed it calms it down. Now my wife has a Rolex and an AP. I only got one Rolex right now because I've sold them when they go up in value. I sell them.
So you could even up. Yeah.
No, my wife is telling me like you should buy one, like every day, like all the time. Like I was on the website the other day looking at them. She was like, "Oh, you should just buy it." It's like no, I don't. I don't need it now. You know what I mean? Like maybe I'll buy it. The goal is to go to the Burbank show, unload all our shit, and then I'm gonna dip out of there and go buy one that I want. So hopefully I walk out of there with like 10 or 12. And if we do that, then I'll be able to afford one. Okay. So if not, it's okay. But balance it. Hoard your cardboard, but get figure out what the wife likes to hoard. Shoes, handbags. I don't know what it is. Figure out what she likes. Buy her some of her shit. It'll calm it down. That in my opinion. Because it's hard for the pictures of men. You can't buy your wife pictures of men. It just doesn't work. But
you may not want to.
No, right.
Maybe she'll fall in love with Luka Doncic.
It may not be a bad thing. Because then it frees you up. And there's a lot of single ladies in the hobby, Ryan. Marry, gamble. I don't want to speak for these women, but maybe they're single and opportunities are there.
Well, the opportunity for the Dallas Mavericks is to come back from a 20-point deficit, in the second half. So the Luka Doncic collectors and investors are, they had a whole week, I think, to prepare for this. They've been chirping, boy, just chirping.
Oh my God, every day.
And
talking about Western Conference.
Same
thing happened with Devin Booker. I remember when I was like the same, like people think we just hate on Luka. Like I was hating on Devin Booker and I was like, Devin Booker ain't shit. And then he made the finals and everybody was chirping, man. Oh my God. I think they were even up in the finals and then they got smoked. So don't count your ring until you got it.
We were hating on Luka Doncic before Jeff Wilson told these guys to come in to the card world and collect cards.
Oh my God.
So it's only some of the OGs and some of the people who have actually kind of been around for a little bit who know that we really went hard on Luka Doncic in some of the videos that we've done, or some of the podcasts really from many, many years ago, where we went real hard at Luka and the value of his sports cards. And like I said, some of those haters have reemerged in the last week and slid into your DMs. So unfortunately, Alex wasn't sliding into your DMs. You had Luka Doncic fanboys, who that's a full-time job for some of these guys, is to fucking root for Luka Doncic. Now, I guess if you're paying $2,000 for his rookie card, what's the population on this fucking card? I mean, I had it up. It's probably like 5,000 or more.
Million. I don't know.
5 million.
I have no idea. But yeah, I do. Yeah, I've had, I have a fair amount of unread messages on Instagram, but
maybe next week we'll just pull up the messages and we'll just answer them live on, because I think this is your account, so I could literally we could just read them live on air, but we may want to have some privacy.
I'm terrible. There's my messages right there. That's 2,036 unread messages. And there's my email down there. That's 9,905. That's 459 missed calls. So I'm about as connected to my cell phone as I am to the wives and husbands that Tim is dating. So I live in the moment, baby. I touch grass a lot. So
Well, if you would like to call into the CB Hobby hotline, by the way, the last phone call was sponsored by cbhobby.com. Free
Right.
shipping on orders over $250. Get
Can't believe
10%
it.
off. Will
I have
Greer,
a good
ladies
story
and
to
gentlemen.
kick off CB Hobbies hotline.
Okay.
Okay, what do you got?
So Saturday, I went to a house party, like a mansion party in Hermosa Beach,
Okay.
at the house that the Rams drafted out of.
Okay.
Mm.
I remember
And then
hearing about that.
So yeah, if you look up the High House is what it's called. Yeah, Rams draft house. That first link, the video link right there. Yeah. So that's my buddy's house. So
Oh,
I was at this party, and then there's like, a lot of high profile people and beautiful women. And I
Wow.
happened to get picked up by two ladies who
Two?
just happened to be porn stars.
Oh my God.
how much did that cost?
Zero. And so they're
Wow.
like, "Hey, we're about to leave this party." I was like, "Where are you going?" And they're like, "We're going to this thing called DomCon." And so I was like, well, "How do I go to this? I will go with you." And so they're like, "Oh, well, you need a badge." And I was like, "Well,
Look it
get
up.
me a badge then." Yeah. So they're like, "Okay, let me ask." So they started like hitting up their friends and stuff like it. So they finally got me a badge. And then it was at the Hilton LAX.
Okay.
So, and it was literally like a dominatrix convention.
Wow.
Where like you have like it was like female doms mostly,
Wow.
like people tied up all over the place, and like I saw this, second smallest wiener in the world aside from what I look at in the mirror. And then just like the craziest stuff. And
Wow.
like so we were just hanging out. She's like, "Yeah, you're my pet for the day," and all this. So she was like taking me around and
Oh.
shit. So
Wow.
yeah, and then she
Maybe
asked,
you should have got paid for this.
and then she asked, she's like, "Well," and then she goes to tell me, she's like, "Well, you can come back to my place and give me a massage and stuff." And I was like, "I'm down." So we do all this stuff, but then like in the industry, you have to have like a certain test. It's called talent testing. You can Google it. But if you're not talent tested, like people who are talent tested can't like F around with like people who are not talent tested.
Oh, so Magic Johnson
because
shit.
it puts their careers at stake.
Sure.
Right.
So like, yeah, so we couldn't do anything like totally.
Even if it was, even if the
like if you were talent tested, I'd be all like.
So wait a second. What if you're using a rap, a BBCE rap per
No
se?
fluid exchange. You can't even kiss.
What?
Nothing.
Wow.
Would have been nice to
So-
known that before the party.
Right.
Like, wow.
So I'm assuming you're working on getting
kind
a
of
talent.
know, but then I was like, I'm cool with it because I just want to see like this whole side. I never seen that side of the industry per se.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Talent test. Ryan, should we go to? Oh, this is smoking.
It's expensive. Oh yeah.
Should we get talent tested before the Burbank Card Show?
It only lasts for a certain amount of time, and it lasts like 2 weeks at a time when you get the test, and then that's why like all these like actors and actresses like trying to fit all these shoots down into like a 2-week window.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. Dang. Now
we are joined by Smoke and Scan, who is actually I follow him on Twitter, see his videos on YouTube as well. Very cool content. It's cool to actually see you here on the program, Mr. Smoke and Scan. How are you doing tonight?
So, Colin, Ryan, how are you guys?
What's up?
We're good.
How's Stockton?
Well, I'm sure you know that it can
I
have a
do.
lot of action, a lot of
That's
CHP action in the great city of Stockton. That's for damn sure. No, things are great. Things are great. What's up with you tonight?
just filling up a bag. Just gonna list some cards on eBay, get that done, and you know, chill. Today's the night off. Or
Night
today's
off
What's
from what?
what now?
Night off from what is what like your night off from your. Do you have a
Well,
day job or is smoke and scan kind of full time thing for you?
I have three jobs actually. I have a full-time job or somewhat full-time that I don't want to
Sure,
discuss. I
sure.
have I have a smoke and scan, and then of course, I'm a small seller on eBay.
Okay,
Hey, you guys got me up right there. Let's get it.
let's
I
go.
was that.
Just
I
sold
was
the
like,
card right now. Just sold the card. There's another one. Let's
that's
get
what I'm
it.
Look
talking
at
about.
you.
What are we
That's what I'm
selling over
talking
there?
about. Let's get it.
What are we
What
selling?
is it? What is this? Is this a bag? Like, is this a bag? How do we fill the bag
It's a
up?
bag. Yes, I'm vaping.
I need to.
Uh,
I keep
I need to hit
okay,
it
keep
so
up.
wait.
looking at the
How
other
do,
camera, but yeah, I'm
okay,
vaping
hold on. How does the bag get filled up?
by a volcano.
A
I have a
volcano?
I have a volcano too.
And it's been a long time since I've participated in the smoke and scan, if you will. So I don't know about the volcano or the bag.
Well, basically, it's a vaporizer. Instead of hitting a
Okay,
bong or rolling a joint,
sure,
you're gonna
sure,
put it in a vaporizer. It heats it up, and it's basically vaporizing versus smoking. So you're not hitting the plant matter and having the
sure,
butane from a lighter or hitting the
sure.
paper. So yeah, it's
Right.
a safer, nicer, easier way to smoke.
Okay. All right. Well, that's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. What are you selling on eBay? Like, are you selling low end, mid end, high end, all of
I'm
it?
s- yeah, I'm scared to have you guys look at my account, but um, I sell everything, man. Anything from $1.99 to a couple grand.
Wow.
I used to. I've been collecting cards since '85. So I hoarded a lot of shit. Let's just say,
Okay.
um, and kind of wanted to thin out the collection, so to speak. And then use that money to buy other shit. So that's what I'm doing.
What are you buying?
Right now, nothing thanks to Mascara Guy and the rest of the bunch.
Who's mascara guy?
That would be the owner of Tops currently.
Oh, okay. I hear you.
Tell me
So
he
Oh
doesn't
wow.
look like he's wearing mascara every time you've seen him.
I'll be honest with you. I follow his daughter on Instagram. I'm not. I don't spend a lot of time looking at Michael Rubin, but his daughter is worth a follower. On she is now of legal
How old
age.
is she? Wait a minute. Wait a
She's
minute.
going to
How old is she?
USC. I
Uh-oh.
think she's
How
going to
old is
USC.
she?
I'll be honest with you. There are times when maybe maybe it was a little
A
south
little
of a
questionable.
Little young.
little south, if you will. But
Little young.
I believe she is at USC. Although when I was in college, there were girls that were 17, so you have to be careful that first semester. You got to ask their age. I remember there was one time we were partying in our room, and there was some girls in there, and then one of the guys that I was rooming with, he was like, "How old are you girls?" And one of them was like, "Oh, we're 17," and he reached over to the door and just opened it and flung it open. It was like, "See you later."
That's it. You ain't trying to be in the same room with that.
No,
You-
no,
you-
no.
You're gonna end
We
up
tried
on.
to-
You're gonna end up on smoking scans program if you mess around with.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
Cards are fun, man. I like cards, but I feel like in the last year and a half or so, with all the changes that have been made and all the shit that's come out, thanks to you fellas that have shown a lot of light on what goes on. Fuck the people who don't like what you're doing, because they're the people who don't want to see reality, and you're showing reality. Sometimes it's some of your opinion too, which is fine. You're entitled to that. But I think I agree with you guys a lot, and I see a lot of you guys in myself where it's no filter, and you're willing to go right at the point, and I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, you grow up in the mean streets of Stockton, then you know how to get right to the point and move around the BS and cut through cut through it all and see through a lot of the fakeness that we are seeing. I got no problem with influencers showing up at card shows, showing off their deals and this, that, and the other. But a lot of it is kind of like smoke and scan, if you will. Just a lot of smoke and mirrors and just not reality, if you will. Doesn't mean we need a dose of reality every single minute of our lives, but a little bit of it every once in a while certainly would be good. How do you have a wife? Do you have a girlfriend? Do you have girlfriends? What's the
Well,
relationship status?
at current moment, I'm just fucking around, as you guys
Oh
know.
wow, okay.
You know what I mean. You have fun here and
Yeah,
there. I don't
I
have a
love
wife
that.
or a girlfriend at the moment. In fact, I have
Okay.
Bell's palsy at the moment, so when I'm drooling
Oh
on
my.
myself, it isn't like the greatest thing.
Sure. Sure. So yeah, so I was going to ask if they care about your smoking and the cards, but clearly you don't have to worry about all that, so that might actually be a relief.
Well, the one thing I did do is just not. I decided not to like chase women wholeheartedly and just go and have a fun here or there with a one here or one there, and concentrate on myself and got my career slash job. And then Smoke and Scan just came about, and it actually became a job where it actually makes money. I got to pay taxes, and here we are with an
Yeah,
LLC and everything else, of course. Um, and then selling cards. I don't sell a whole lot, maybe 3 grand a month, but it's still something. You know.
yeah. I
I know
mean,
you
yeah.
guys
I
probably.
mean, you got a big YouTube channel for what you do. I mean, you got 87,000 subscribers. You're getting a huge amount of views, a huge engagement on your videos. Any thoughts that you're gonna like? How are you going to take that to the next level, or do you want to? Are you happy with the progression that you've kind of seen, or are you trying to take that to the next level, get to like well over 100,000 subscribers where you're doing this every day and this is like your full-time thing?
I'd like to push it further. I don't think it hasn't reached its potential. I don't think it hasn't earned any accolades of any kind. It really hasn't done anything other than build a really good community of people who enjoy hanging out. That's why I get the views because they're real. You can look at my shit on Social Blade and see that I don't have these peaks and this one big one day where I got a whole bunch of
Right.
fake shit. And no, you
Right.
go ahead and search that shit and take a look and tell me what you see. And
Yeah.
that's a big thing. I don't like people that have to fake it to make it. Numbers are bullshit. I don't give a shit about 87,000. Must be 8,700 or 8.7 million. If people are here, people are here. If you
Yeah.
fixate yourself on the numbers, like, oh, I need 100 or I need 1 million, it's just a plateau. What is it? What is it? It's
Sure.
just a number.
Sure. So you're having fun. I like the content. Like I like seeing what other people do with content and what they what is possible out there. And certainly as we move into the election time frame, maybe even after, there could be a lot of activity for you, and certainly your supporters do seem to lean conservative, and that would be I think you've got some exciting times and some exciting content probably coming, depending on how the outcome. Either way, honestly, but one way or another, you probably got some exciting content as we move through the rest of this year and into early next year as well.
Well, I agree. The temperature is hot right now, and kind of
Yeah.
what I do, and there'd be plenty of protests and stuff like that. Summer's always a hotter time by
True. Yeah.
temperature, which means people get angrier quicker and things like that too. So, yeah, I feel like this year is going to be a real boiling point, and it should be good for the show.
I
Are
love
you
it. I
guys
love it.
planning on doing anything new with the show? Any new segments? Anything?
I mean, if I have a real job, but there's a large possibility that by tomorrow or Monday that it's no longer. So I might get a little more involved. That's potentially. I think I'll probably talk a little bit more about the buying and selling, and maybe the scaling up of kind of selling the $2 and $3 Michael Jordan cards. But other than that, we'll certainly do some things as we move into the show season. We've got a big month of August where we're going to New York City and coming back to Burbank. So we'll try to produce as much content as we possibly can. Although if we bring Tim out to New York City, Ryan, I mean, the camera might not be able to roll for a lot of it. Might have to get an OnlyFans for some of that
Right.
content. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's always an evolving situation over here, and we're both very blessed that we don't have to do this for, to feed the family and things like that. For whatever reason, it's always worked out that way. Not that we don't appreciate it, but we are very lucky that, and we're not doing it for the industry or for whatever, the ass kissing or whatever. And so we're just going to continue to have fun with it, see where it goes. What we do today is certainly maybe not what we do next year, next week. And that kind of keeps it exciting. And as long as it's exciting, I think that's the most important thing. That's going to keep you coming back. So,
I think just to add one thing, and you said it, you were lucky. Well, I don't feel like you're lucky, especially you two. You guys are go-getters. You guys were go-getters at a young age when you started your own card shop, and you also realized with successes there are failures, and
yeah.
people always learn more from taking an L than they do the W.
Mhm.
They're busy celebrating when they win. They ain't paying attention. With the L, they go over it and they figure, what the fuck was wrong? What the fuck happened here? And I appreciate that. And, you guys are honest. And that's why you're at where you're at. That's why you don't have to rely on your cards. That's just a secondary thing. Like it is with me. I could burn them all tomorrow and not give two fucks. In fact, I say on my show all the time, I have 62 one-of-ones. I'm going to be buried with those motherfuckers, so they're lost to the card world forever.
Sure.
You're never going to get them.
Taking them to the grave. Wow, that's amazing.
Why not?
The true one of ones there. Yeah. So they'll only belong to you. Anything else you want to say to the sports card community, to Michael Rubin or anybody who may be watching?
Well, I just wish shit would get back to the old days in a sense, like less parallels, less overprinting, more stand-up shit. When you fuck up, tell us you fucked up. Make it up to the people. Make it up to the people in spades that have had fucking redemptions for 5 or 6 years. Make it up to those people. I don't give a fuck if it's sending a case of product to them. Send it to them. Show that you care. They don't show us that they care because they don't. And that's it.
Smoke and Scan. It was great having you.
Thank you, guys.
Save me
Thank you.
some of that smoke, and
Hey, I'm gonna come see you guys in Burbank. We'll leave it at that.
let's do it.
All
Let's
right.
do that. Buddy.
All right. We'll be there.
Okay. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll be at Burbank. We haven't booked the hotel. I meant to look this week, but certainly if I get a little 6-month severance coming my way, we gonna be booking then. We're already gonna be staying nice, but if we get the 6-month severance, then we gonna be staying even nicer, believe me. So yeah, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll be in Burbank, and I'm excited about that. Very excited. Very excited.
Very excited about these auctions that are ending in the.
Here, I'm gonna get another beer.
These are all ending in the next. Well, the extended bidding goes 15 minutes past this, but I like to get my bids in before that because in case people are staying up late, I don't like to extend the bidding. Because here's what happens after a minute. If you place another bid, like the bidding goes another 15 minutes. If you place another bid, it goes another 15 minutes. It's not like eBay where the things end at one time. So I like to get my bids in beforehand. If I get outbid, maybe I'll rebid, but if not, so be it. This Web and Yama card for $860. Not the worst price. I think a raw version, 1 of 5, just sold on eBay in May for like over $1,000. So not the worst price there. $4,200 for OJ Simpson's driver's license. I know everybody's after that. $2,200 for this Tiger Woods autograph. I thought I may be able to sneak in there. That's not happening. Derek Jeter Have no idea what that's worth, but it's got to be worth 10% of this Luka Doncic card. So figured I'd bid on that. Looks like we are high bid on this Tiger Woods Chevron World Challenge. Did we go to this? I feel like we went to a Chevron event.
Chevron World Challenge?
2011?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
No.
And I think I just grabbed high bid on this Dominique 7 of 10 PMG from 2013 Fleer Retro.
Okay.
Only because these rarely come up. I think they've sold anywhere from like 350, maybe 400, all the up to like 600-700, but only 10 of those puppies, even though it's in the college uniform, not the old school PMGs, but you know, kind of cool. Luka Doncic, ladies and gentlemen, they're only down 16.
Okay.
As you could predict, you're down 30, you're going to make a run in the NBA. And so we'll see if they can cut this lead to maybe around 10 or under to start the fourth quarter. And certainly they would have an opportunity to mount a comeback. And so very early in the game, very, very early in the season. So Luka Doncic investors and collectors, I'm sure, are watching on the edge of their seat. That call in by Smoke and Scan was sponsored by cbhobby.com, guys. Promo code Will Greer. Save 10%.
10% is real. You know what I mean? Like 10% off. Like I offer 10% off on eBay, and it's like of a $2 Michael Jordan card, you're saving 20 cents. It's like, wow. Cents. But like that's a box. There's a box right there for $500.
60. That's $50.
Get $50 off. That's some real shit. There was a $2,400 box. What was that? So you're saving $240.
$40. Impeccable.
I mean, god damn! I have a good
job.
Products
are no joke.
I need 100% off to be able to afford any of this. God damn, it's insane.
Well, you saw the people who buy into these breaks. I mean, you can imagine this old boy right here, just chunking off the whole check, man. Every time he goes into Mike Stadium Sports Cards. No wonder Mike Stadium Sports Card been around so long. Is he got these old boys just coming in and just maybe he just cashes their check for them, their work check for them.
Right.
Like, hey, just bring it in.
Disability check.
Bring the disability or the McDonald's check in and I'll cash it for you. We're crushing this guy. This guy, you are invited to Burbank or New York. Dinner on us. We're absolutely fucking roasting you. But it's all affectionate. It's all love. We actually hate Luka Doncic. So,
I mean, I'll be honest with you though. If it's Alex or him coming to dinner in NYC and we've only got one seat, sorry, buddy.
What are we even talking about? What are we even talking about?
Sorry, buddy. We'll get you takeout. We'll get you a doggy bag. I mean, come on.
I can't believe Rothkard, some of his shit must be fake because
I don't know. I think if you post all the time on Instagram, dude, you get I don't even post and I'll get followers. You know what I mean? I just Instagram's not something that I'm on like a lot. But it's like if you go to Instagram and you look, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 followers just in the last hour or two. And it's like, I didn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how these people are finding me. I'm not I'm barely posting.
Get some followers. I mean? She better get some followers.
Yeah. I mean,
this is criminal.
I think if you spend a lot of it's like Twitter. It's like, I don't know how many followers I have on Twitter, but it's a fair amount probably. And I think you've got a fair amount on there, but it's like, if you spend a fair amount of time on there, then you're just going to get them, And if I don't spend a lot of time on Instagram.
True.
I'm looking at shit on Instagram. I ain't posting. Let's just put it that way.
You're not posting. True. Very interesting. If this girl quits the hobby,
that would be a sad day.
Sad, absolutely sad day. And we get stuck with Justin Gamble. How many followers does that fucker have?
I don't know. Over and under Roth cards. I think probably
I'm gonna say under.
I'm gonna say under.
Is this him?
I don't know.
He has 9,000.
Okay, so that's not.
I
that
don't know
many.
if that's a lot or a little, but
I don't think it's that.
he
many.
has more than his fucking girlfriend or ex-girlfriend.
Queen City wants to call in. The chat is open, my man. Sponsored by
cdhobby.com.
cdhobby.com. 10% off. Which I'm telling you, the price of these damn hobby boxes these days, 10% off is like some real money.
Promo code Will Greer.
And you know, you can support the show by and another local hobby shop out there. So we do appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I have a picture of his shop. It looks really nice. There you go.
Oh my God, look at that.
Look at
That's
that.
cool.
Go check that out in Wisconsin.
Okay, Wisconsin. Man, I tell you what, Wisconsin. But there's never mind.
There's some merchandise out there, I bet.
Man,
I've been there actually. There is merchandise.
it's kind of shit I like too. But
So-
we'll have fun in New York. We'll have fun in New York City. We're gonna have Brian Gray. I think Brian Gray's probably tuning in right now, or he'll tune in on the replay. You know, Brian's gonna pay for dinner. There's other people in this hobby that that may or may not own a couple acres on a golf course that'll probably pay for dinner, and you know, we'll find some other people that'll foot the bill. So
these have zoomed to $16,000.
whoa, how many boxes? 20?
20 boxes. As the Mavs have cut it to 8.
Oh yeah, that's
Let's
the thing
go.
with the NBA. You can always make a run. You can always make a run in the NBA. Now it's all about coaching. It's all about coaching now. Coaching is so important in the NBA. I'm not saying that for bullshits. Coaching's huge.
So that's very exciting.
Very.
Only other topic that I had was somebody pointed out that the Series 2 card, Eric Whiteback, shared the Series 2. I can't believe how many people like fucking anticipate this crap that Fanatics is going to come out with. Like I everybody was waiting for the Series 2 checklist and shit, and they were disappointed because there weren't any rookies on it. It's like, guys, they make these cards in March. You can see from this Ohtani card, that's the Series 2 Ohtani card. They had to fucking Photoshop him in from an Angels uniform because they make these cards before the fucking season even starts. And that's Series 2. So of course they're not going to get any of these fucking rookies in the set.
Yeah, the lead times are brutal.
The lead times are ridiculous, but that it's been that way for decades. For decades.
Yeah,
And
now
yet
some of it is not on the card company. Part of it is that the MLB, and I don't know if this is still the case, but when I went to the industry summit, this was before we were banned from attending, but I sat on a panel with a young lady who was from the NBA, National Basketball Association, Players Association, and they approve each and every card that is made. So every single card that is manufactured and made needs to go through an approval process. And that obviously adds.
Well, you know who fucked that up. You know why that is.
Sure.
Thanks,
yeah,
Fleer.
Probably, yeah.
Thanks, Fleer. Because you can
There's
bet
probably
that they
other
don't
reasons
want.
as well, yeah.
There's other reasons. It's primarily this reason. I think it's primarily you have to protect the brand at all cost, and you can't have fuckface being written on licensed
but I mean,
merchandise.
this card sells all day long. So.
They don't care what it sells. The Major League Baseball doesn't give a fuck what it sells for. They've got money floating out the ass. But this is why there is an approval process for these things, is because you have to protect the brand, and then to some respect protect the players as well.
Yeah,
for not having something weird on a card, or the Barry Bonds asterisk card, or the Michael Eisner card that Upper Deck made. There's a few cards over the years that, like the Michael Eisner card, I know the fucking Major League Baseball was furious. I don't even know if I could pull it up, but there's an Upper Deck card, a parody card of Michael Eisner.
Yeah, that too.
where they made this cartoon of him, Michael Beisner, after he came in and bought Topps in 2007, because again, Jeff Wilson, a lot of people don't realize this because Jeff Wilson wasn't around telling him to buy sports cards. Roth Cards was literally in his mom's womb. But in 2007, Upper Deck was about to buy Topps and roll up the industry in a similar way that Fanatics is. So nearly 20 years ago. And Michael Eisner, who was the former CEO of Disney, swooped in, bought Topps, and Upper Deck made this card kind of making fun of Michael Eisner.
There's the asterisk card as well.
There's the Barry Bonds asterisk. Yeah, the Barry Bonds. I don't know if that. There's very few pictures of this. It was like on a sweet spot card, I think. So this particular card, I mean, the MLB, they can't let shit like this, get out. And shame on Upper Deck for making this. I mean, fuck Upper Deck. Like, fuck you guys. Like taking a swipe at our boy Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
My God. How many athletes have they paid that were on fucking sauce? But lots of good stories about the sports card world, and that is one of the reasons why they have to start producing these cards. I think it's in March that they have to start producing the Series 2 cards. That's why the rookies don't get into the set. That's why Ohtani's photoshopped. And you really have to wait until literally almost next year before you get fucking cards of some of these guys who have debuted this past season. Now, whether or not they're hitting better than J-Rod, Acuna, Tatis, Vlad Jr., Corbin Carroll, and some of these other guys, maybe Topps is actually saving your ass. The fact that the lead times take so long and these cards don't hit the market. In some cases, months and months after these guys debut. But I thought that was interesting, and I'm still surprised. Like, I get on social media and it's people like clamoring for Topps Series 2. It's like, fucking A, really? Like, you guys follow Roth cards, and you fucking are refreshing.
The people
Topps
clamoring for Series 2
checklist.
are refreshing their feed with Roth cards.
They follow Roth cards, but they don't follow Mary Gamble or Alex Giammo.
I agree. That is true.
Yeah. Fuck those people.
Probably accurate. And they probably didn't use their 10% off promo code for Will Grier at CBHobby.com.
Yeah, you can save 10%. I mean, you could load up your fucking thing with $10,000 worth of shit and save $1,000. You know who might spend $10,000. I gotta go back to this guy one more time. We're just taking shots at this guy all night, but when I think about the hobby, this is what I think about.
We'll call him Wife Beater Joe.
This is literally what I think about.
Yeah, this is it.
So sometimes our content reflects, this is what we think of the hobby, is that right there. So if you wonder why some of the content is the way it is at Sports Card Radio, that's why. He probably has, I don't know what his Instagram is, but I bet he's got more followers than Mary Gamble.
That's a tragedy. That's a tragedy.
That's a fucking tragedy. That's all I'm going to say. But do you want to go to questions while this NBA Finals game gets closer by the minute?
We'll drop the chat if somebody else wants to call in. We'll drop that, but we'll start doing questions. Somebody calls in, they call in. Fake subs Roth is a fraud. When you go to when you get over 100,000 on YouTube and you go to get your plaque, they do verify your subs. So that might be a problem.
Yeah, you're not getting no plaque.
We ain't getting no plaque. So and we're not jealous of his follow count. I have a watch that's worth more than his follow count, let alone I have a YouTube plaque on the wall in the living room. So we well past both of those things. Buying subs is being a fraud. How do you have more subs than views you get in a day? Yeah, it's less about subs. It's more about engagement. You know what I mean? Like I've started a new YouTube channel more recently, and I've gotten it up to like, I think 2,300 subs or somewhere over a little over 2,000. But it's like, if you look at the view count on my videos, it's like 2,000. So it's like, you know what I mean? And then I have another channel with like 130,000 subscribers, and I'll average like right around 10,000 views. So, you know, and occasionally you have a video that blows up or whatever. But it's like, yeah, it's less about, it's more about the engagement these days on all these social media sites, particularly like TikTok and in particular. They're far more interested in pushing what's drawing the engagement rather than who has the inflated sub count. And advertisers and people like that are getting more savvy to that as well. It's less about, oh, this channel has this many subs. It's more about, look how many people are interacting with this person's content. You know what I mean? As exhibited by the cbhobby.com sponsorship, 10% off promo code Will Grier.
Goddamn right.
So damn right. What do you think of the worst? What do you think is the worst sports trade of all time? I say Brittany Griner for the Merchant of Death is. I would agree, BB. That's a rough one. I think Vlade Divac for Kobe Bryant comes to mind.
The Herschel Walker one with the Cowboys that set up the Cowboys dynasty.
Yeah, how about Ricky Williams as well? I think the New Orleans
was a
Saints
bad one.
traded their entire draft. Like, imagine doing that today, where you trade your every draft pick for a single player.
Hey,
that was a bad one.
I mean, the Lakers have been in the news last couple of days. That Russell Westbrook trade was bad. Pope, Kuzma, picks, and other pieces for Russell Westbrook. I mean, man,
that's tough.
If we had those role players back, I mean, who knows what would happen?
Sure, but yeah, Brittany Griner.
Brittany Griner, that's a bad one.
Stuff. John Winkler with the $4.99. Jabs is now a house flipper. We'll need evidence of that. Maybe he's getting into real estate, Ryan.
I was down the street from this. I should have the encampment at Westwood. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, there's all this shit going on.
I heard all the kids weren't going to school, and I just figured they were protesting so they wouldn't have to go to school. So
I mean, I think I think that's the bulk of it. I don't have any problem with people protesting. I honestly don't, but it has every right to get broken up at some point too. William Dunlap with the $5. Thank you, SCR, for all you do. Thank you, William, for supporting us. Appreciate it.
Where's his girlfriend?
Jane Ryan is wondering if we're going to the National. No, we will not step foot in the great city of Cleveland. No offense. We've been to Cleveland. Ryan's been to Cleveland. I've been to Cleveland. We will be going to New York City and then coming back to Southern California. And
I've been to Cleveland not once, but twice.
Oof. Sorry.
So
yeah, that's too bad.
It's not happening.
We're going to New York City, and then the weekend after we'll be in Southern California, and we will not look. Burbank's fine. Burbank, California is fine. Or where is the show? Is it actually in Burbank, or is it somewhere outside of Burbank?
It's near Anaheim.
It's in
Anaheim
Convention Center.
Nothing wrong with Anaheim, but we ain't staying anywhere near Anaheim, California. Believe me that. I'll be broke before I stay anywhere in Anaheim, California. So no, we are not going to the National. We hope that anybody that does go have a safe trip, have a fun time. It's not that it's not going to be a fun time. If you've never been or if you've been plenty of times, we're certainly not telling you what to do, but no. NYC, LA, yeah, we're there. Dell Duncan, who gives a fuck? Tell him to cancel me. Just collect and chill. These hobby influencers have been annoying the hell out of me. Heard some lame ass dude crying about media passes at the National. Yeah, I don't know if they do media. I just applied for my media pass for the 2025 Consumer Electronics Show. That'll be in January of next year.
For the National, usually you can get a media pass. You don't have to be like somebody. You want to contact Ray Schulte. I don't know if he's still doing the promotion for the National. I think it's changed hands in the last year or two. But Ray Schulte, if you reach out to him and then you fill out like a form for the days you want to be there, and you can click every day, and then you usually though want to make sure you try to go pick up that pass a little earlier than when the crowds get there, just so that you have it. And sometimes with that media pass, they let you in 30 minutes early. They would never let you in early in Chicago, but in Cleveland, sometimes it was just, yeah, come on in and you can come hang out at the show before it even opens. So I think
But
sometimes you just got to contact the right guy.
Sure. But what does it cost to get into the National these days? I don't even know.
I think it's kind of pricey, but
Really?
I'm not 100% sure because, like you said, we're not going. But let's see how much it costs.
I mean, it was
It's $25 a
500
day.
yeah.
It's
Okay,
25
a
online.
day. Okay. Yeah. I go for a media pass. Like CES is like 2 racks to get a pass. So it's like, oh yeah, if I get a media pass, that's great. You know what I mean? But an all access VIP package is $329. Like if you can't afford $329, I don't even know if you should be going to the National. You know what I mean? $329 for what?
I think it's
3
nice
days,
to get.
4 days?
I mean, I could afford it, and I would still get the pass because it's like, well, yeah, if you
Right, if you can get it, but I wouldn't whine about not getting it when to get in all access VIP is $329. If it was $329 to get in CES, I wouldn't even go through the trouble of trying to get a media pass. I would just pay the $329 and just go. But it's like 2 racks to go.
right.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's a big difference. Free and 2 racks is a big difference. Free and $329?
My God, there was a female.
No, stop. Oh my God. Someone's calling in. This is sponsored by cbhobby.com. 10% off with the promo code Will
Goddamn
Grier.
right.
4 times better investment than what was his name? Kyler Murray.
Kyler
Queen
Murray.
Drama City Cards. Queen Drama City Cards. Hold on, take this chat off here. We can see you. Sir, how are we doing tonight?
Gentlemen,
How are we doing?
hold on a second
How are we
here.
feeling? Okay.
You
All right, am I
closing
still
the
on here?
windows of Alex and yeah, you're on.
Last week, I think it was last week, you guys were talking about Luka Doncic and no one sold, traded Luka Doncic, made money. And I said I did. And I got a little attitude. So I'm here to show you this trade.
Okay.
All right. So it was
Let's see it.
12. It was 12 Luka Doncics. 10 of them were raw. 2 of them were graded 10s. It was PSA, right?
Okay.
And they were the 10s were optics, Donruss
Okay.
optics, and the rest I can't remember. They were a mix of Donruss and the optics. All right. All right. So you adding that up?
Yeah.
This is years
Following you.
ago. This is like his rook. This is like
2018.
close 2018, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are going to shit your pants when you see what I got. And I need an apology. Ready?
Hard to come by.
No,
Okay.
seriously.
I'm ready.
I got to figure out what. Okay, ready? I'll show you
Ready.
the lesser one.
Okay. How much
Okay.
is that worth?
That doesn't look like Luka. That don't look like Luka.
No, I traded Luka's.
Oh, you traded. Okay.
Right. And the thing that I was, you guys were, I don't know which one was saying it, but no one made money off Luka. And I was like, I did. And he was like, no, you didn't save the money. What did you spend that money on? I said, I still have these cards, obviously. But that's one. It's not super expensive, but honestly, this could be worth almost what most of those are now. But here's the kicker.
Well, there we go. We know who that is.
Damn right.
How much is that worth?
At least 3,000, right?
So you took advantage of some poor soul.
I didn't. He was an older guy that's told me he wants to get out of vintage and into modern. And I said, he's like, I'm looking for Luka. And I said, I got a bunch of Lukas. And he's like, let me see him. And I showed him all. And this is what he gave me. And at the time when I got this, Mickey Mantle 4 was not worth $3,000.
Was it this guy? Was it this guy? It wasn't this guy. Was it? Okay.
No. Is that worth an apology at all?
First of all, do you have any? You do not have. You still have pictures of men. I'm talking about money. money. At the end of the day, it is about other pictures of men, is straight money. Right now, you traded a picture of a man, an overweight white man, for a dead white man. There are other dead white men that I'm talking about actually making money, because when the IRS comes for their take, when the mortgage needs to be paid, when the car needs to get paid, you need to actually have money. So, did you actually make money selling the Luka Doncic?
Well, look what I have. I mean, if I sold them today, yes, I'd make a ton of money off it, right?
Well,
I mean,
I think our point is that you couldn't do that today, and that was a very, very, very actually short period of time where you could actually trade Luka Doncic. It was probably in this period of time when there was euphoria around his shit.
sure.
But for the better part of 3 or 4 years, I mean, you can see his shit is literally like flatlined.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
Until very recently, I guess.
Right, but when I made this trade, he was at his highest value, and all I'm saying is, like, this was a great freaking trade for me, and I wouldn't get rid of these cards right away, because when I looked up the Mickey Mantle card that I have, when I got it from him, honestly, I think it was like in the 1,500, 2,000 range, and if you look it up, it's got to be close to $3,000 now. And
Mickey Mantle, is it?
56. 56.
If you had put the money into Bitcoin, how much would that be worth? You know what I mean? Like there's also there is the opportunity cost as well with all of this stuff, and that the price of everything has been inflated. Like, I don't even know what my house is worth, but it's worth a hell of a lot more than I paid for it. But I don't have a dime. I have never made it. In fact, I've only sunk money into this house. You know what I mean? I don't even view this house as a quote unquote investment. Now, it's worth way more than I paid for it, but I don't have a single dollar from it. And if I were to sell it, I would certainly have to go around and turn those dollars into something else. So look, I think you made the right move. You certainly made the right move at the right time. But we're talking about few and far between that are going to be able to call in and actually state this at the current time.
100% you're right, and that's why I came on, because I was like, I got a great Luka trade, and assets don't necessarily work like, oh, I got money in my hands. These are assets that, do you think that 56 Mantle is going to drop that much? I think it only goes up. It only goes up, right? It's Mickey Mantle, 56.
I mean, I get concerned when anybody ever says this will only go up. Then I get concerned. Then I say we're at a top.
What do you say? Why do you get concerned?
We've seen that all, you know, not that it will permanently go down and never go back up, but we've seen that time and time again. Real estate in 2007 was never supposed to go down, and then it went down dramatically after that. Bitcoin was never supposed to go down after it hit 50,000 or whatever, and then it went to like 10. So, like, Nvidia stocks at 1,000, it's never going to go down. No, yeah, it will go down. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people. There's almost nobody alive that's ever seen Mickey Mantle play a baseball game ever in their life. And so,
I mean, in the last here it is in PSA 2 condition. In the last 2 years, it's only up 2%.
Really?
So
that's
these cards.
Can you look at a 4?
2 years? What's the that's again not, I don't know the economic terms,
actually,
but nominal terms, if you count inflation, that is down a lot.
I agree. You got a 4 now?
Let's do 2 years on a 4, down 31%.
Wow, I'm surprised by that, actually.
Real dollar
not
change.
Counting inflation. Not counting inflation.
Honestly, maybe I'm not surprised. Like, it's not the time to sell really any card like that right now.
Now
I'm not saying
Luka Doncic.
You made a great trade. You made a great trade.
I was proud of it. I still am. I'm very proud of it.
I would be too. I'm not saying I would be fucking pumping my dick as well. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sitting here trying to like tamp down your trade, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, for me, it's about money. And until the money gets put into the Charles Schwab account, it don't count. That's how I view it. And these Mickey Mantles, yes, they're going to absolutely hold their value. I don't see these like absolutely tanking. I don't see this this PSA 4 going from 1,700 down to 70 or even maybe even 700. You know what I mean? But are you going to see real huge exponential growth? I think it's happened. I think the exponential growth has happened, and you're going to see a flat line. I mean, what, from 08 to the bubble, it basically didn't do anything. From 05 to for 13 years, it didn't do anything.
It literally did nothing for 13 years.
Right.
And
so you look at Google stock, Netflix stock, you look at Apple stock over that 13-year period, and if you would have put, you would have a fortune. Not only that, they would actually be paying you a dividend. If you had bought a rental property somewhere, even in the ghetto, how much would that be worth? I'm not telling people not to buy Mickey Mantles. I think it's a great collectible, and it doesn't mean you need to we don't need to optimize every investment that we make. Every dollar that we have doesn't need to be fucking optimized and be perfectly allocated. You know what I mean? But we do have to be realistic with what's happened. We had a huge spike in value, but we had a huge spike in money coming into the system. PPP loans, government stimulus, unemployment checks, all that stuff just got dusted out into the economy. And so it doesn't surprise me that you see a huge spike in any asset, whether it's Bitcoin or Mickey Mantle cards or Luka Doncic cards. Doesn't surprise me that you see that when you see that spike in actual dollars that are available. But again, still a great collectible. Still a great collectible.
You make perfect sense. You know, so maybe an apology isn't needed.
No, and look, I don't apologize to my wife.
$3,000. I thought it was in the $3,000 range by now, and you guys are showing now. What is this like? What is this collecting information from? Like a bunch of auctions, or is it just
eBay? They'll aggregate. Yeah. They'll aggregate all the sales from PWCC Gold.
Oh, look it. So it has all those. Wow, that's bizarre to me, because that's disappointing a little bit. But I still think I made out.
I think you're fine.
Oh, you did.
It's a card I would love to have in my safe. I'm not. I am not at all saying that I wouldn't. And look, compared to dollars in an inflationary environment, I'd rather have a picture of a man rather than the dollar that's sitting under my mattress depreciating. So something like this, I'd actually have my money sitting in something like this, an appreciating asset, certainly over a long period of time. But I think we're starting to move to the period of time where Mickey Mantle, we're so far removed from anybody ever having any connection to them emotionally, whether it was them watching them as a kid or their father watching them, that it's going to be tough to have dramatic upward movement in price outside of the big liquidity events we've had. But we saw that drives up prices of Mickey, it drives up prices of Luka, it drives up prices of Michael Jordan, drives up prices of fucking Bobo. You know what I mean? Like, it just drove up the price of everything, drove up the price of Chipotle burritos. So minus that, but in the long run, who would I rather have, Mickey Mantle or a fucking basketball player who hasn't won shit? I'd rather have Mickey Mantle every day of the week.
And it's not just Mickey Mantle. It's, you know, it's not a special. It's, you know, any Ty Cobb is special, but it's, you know, Ty Cobb with it, you know, and this is maybe $500. I don't know, but it's a Ty Cobb, you know.
I think you made a fine trade. I think you made a fine trade. But at the end of the day, for me, it's all about those dollar bills, because when you're like Tim Kim and you go out on these dates, they ain't going to take Ty Cobb's and Mickey Mantles as payment, baby. They going to need those dollar bills.
Yeah, Tim's being good to me today. He's being good to me.
Yes.
After like a couple weeks ago, he violated my First Amendment rights by blocking me. He seriously did. And I didn't know how to file a complaint. So I'm here today.
I've heard Google doesn't honor First Amendment rights, so it's a little tricky on Google.
Bigger pussy.
He's been doing me well ever since.
I love it.
He's a good guy.
Maybe we should have a constitution of Sports Card Radio where we guarantee rights to the viewers,
the audience.
Somehow, like that. Yeah.
This is not a blue ribbon stream.
All right, gentlemen. Hey,
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Drama Queen. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah,
That
it
is,
was a good trade because the Boston Celtics now have a 21-point lead with 8 minutes left.
That's brutal.
In the
That's gonna be
fourth
rough.
quarter, as Luka Doncic just bricked another shot.
Yeah.
We got Joey.
How's it
Joey,
going, guys?
how we doing, sir? How are you?
Pretty good, thanks. So I've been collecting football cards for a little over 10 years. My brother and I'm from the SoCal area. But one of the cool things I kind of wanted to bring up is recently I go to school at the University of Virginia as well. So I make it out to Chantilly a few times a year. I've been collecting historical autographs, which has been a fun hobby for me. And so what I've been doing is like finding these like letters and documents, sometimes even free franks that are just in rough shape. I've been like salvaging the autograph and then just designing a custom piece in Photoshop, getting them slabbed by Beckett. So I just kind of wanted to show one of these pieces that I made of Eisenhower, for example.
That's kind of dope.
So wait a second.
Beckett slabbed it up?
Yep.
Wait. So you got that autograph on a document signed by former President Eisenhower. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
You got that on a document, and then you created the other part on, I would assume you're printing that out some way, somehow. And then you're cutting, or the window is cut out, or you cut the window out, and then you send it into Beckett and they slab it. Are you doing this to collect? Or are you doing it to sell? Like
a mix. Initially, I started to do it to collect because I enjoy like history. But then I set up at a show in Pechanga Casino here, I think in the Temecula area, about a year ago. And so, like I said, I mostly have football cards, but I brought out some of those that I recently got back from a Beckett submission, and they did pretty well because it's something that not a lot of people have. So it's pretty cool. And since that show, I thought, okay, well, now I can kind of branch out and start to like expand to kind of a number of different like eras in American history. And so I just been kind of doing a lot of research and more knowledge of the price points and getting a good sense of like what a lot of people like. And of course, like one show isn't necessarily representative of what everyone would like or what the larger population, but it's been cool to kind of collect and learn a lot about these figures. And usually it's again, like I said, something that's unique. A lot of the people come in there for sports cards, so not everyone's interested in it, but at the very least, they're like, oh, these are pretty cool. So it's been a fun hobby.
How do you get so I can see getting the document signed by a former president, that there's obviously plenty of sources for that, right? But how do you print you had like a picture, some artwork, it looked like of the former president. How do you go about printing that and getting that manufactured, if you will?
Yeah, so that I bought like a printer, scanner, like cutting machine and all that. It's been like a trial and error process. But basically I take images from like stock companies and stuff like that, depending on what you're using too. Like if you go on like Library of Congress, a lot of that stuff's just like public domain that you can use. But then I make edits in Photoshop and print that. So I got a newer laptop, which like has really great like graphics processing that allows me to get like a good quality. But it's not always easy to find good high resolution images, especially when you're talking about like going back to the 19th century. Of course, they're like prints and stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely tricky to find like a suitable image and one that also like blends well and displays really well. A lot of times the colors are a tricky thing to work with. Sometimes I usually just try to go with stuff that's more neutral. But anytime like you can add color with something like this, like a 20th century piece, it adds a little bit to it.
And then you have the piece that you said you printed out, and then we have the document.
Yeah.
And you're sandwiching this together. Are you doing this by hand? You're gluing it, I'm assuming. And is there anything on the reverse? Are you creating a reverse to this, or is it just kind of like blank on the back?
Yeah. So initially I started to do blank, but for this one, I just put like a map of the landings here. And a lot of them, I have a short description. For example, like I have another piece here that I can show of like the campaign. So in this case, I made one with General Patton. And the Siege of Bastogne. So like on the back there, it just is like a detailed description of the campaign. So that's just stuff that I kind of do my own research on and try to like type something that sounds somewhat reasonable and educated.
What do you have to take one of those pieces and just give us an idea of what you have financially into the piece, just in terms of like Don't include your time. That's completely separate in my opinion. But
Yeah.
like, what do you have dollar wise into it? Also the grading fees, and then what do you think you can get out of it?
Yeah, great question. So, like for example, the Eisenhower, I have under 200 in the Eisenhower. I'd say like conservative estimate is like 150 to 160. Now, the reason why is like I bought a lot of like several different Eisenhower signatures. It averaged out to like 113 per autograph. Plus, like the materials are pretty cheap. It's really I pay monthly for this Photoshop software. I have like all different kinds of Adobe packages, like $20 a month. And then the grading, well, I would actually say a little bit under 250 total. Because factoring in the authentication for the Eisenhower, because he's $100. So a lot of presidents are kind of at minimum 100. Now, so I'd say, like, let's just say to be conservative, I have 250 into the Eisenhower piece. I hope I can get 12 to 1500.
Wow.
Probably safely, I'd say I'd be able to get 1,000. Like
Wow.
for example, at the show that I did last year, at Pachanga Casino, I had made like standard trading card size cuts. But for like the autographs that don't fit in that, or if I want to have like a nicer display that shows like a map of the campaign, and adds like quite a bit more to kind of commemorate that piece, that battle, or that historical figure. The oversized fee is just $10 on top of whatever the authentication fee is. So yeah, I would say I definitely have like a little bit under 250 for the Eisenhower. I wouldn't have any problems getting about 1,000 for it. So it's a good. The margins are good. But
good.
Some of the issues are like, or at least in my case, like the limiting factor is the number of shows that I go to. So a lot of times, like I put a lot into getting the autographs, right? And then it takes some time, like, because this isn't like a full-time thing. Like I'm a student. And so I do this like as a hobby. And then, like I said, I go up to that Chantilly show and drop off like a batch at a time, like send them to Beckett. And then, I get those back. But, and then the next time I make it out to a show, basically I take these out there. And so there's a long period of time before like me acquiring the items and me actually like having it out for sale. And then the other side of it is like, there's not a ton of people at the sports card shows that are willing to shell out, for example, like 1,000 for an Eisenhower. But the nice thing is, like, the people that do, like, they don't have problem like paying up for that because, like I said, no one else has that type of item there. So it's like a unique and small like niche or like subset of customers, but they do seem to like really enjoy the pieces. So it's been fun so far. And like the other side of it is, I usually don't like shell out a ton for autographs that if it didn't sell, that I wouldn't be okay with keeping. So like I'm happy with having the Eisenhower, having the patent, right? So it's not like these things are like flying off the shelf, but it is cool to kind of make these pieces to commemorate these figures.
Have you ever sold online, or you're just trying to sell at these shows?
Just at the shows. I haven't like thrown them up on eBay or anything like that. I've sold like on Facebook Marketplace a few of the cuts.
That's asking if you're on eBay.
No, no eBay. Sorry, at least not yet. I haven't thrown anything up there.
You should. That's where the market is.
Yeah. That's probably, especially if I like want to branch out. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. But do you guys ever make it out to? Sorry, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you guys make it out to shows in San Diego area, like SoCal? I think you guys were at the Del Mar once, right? Like.
We were at the Del Mar one time. There was another one coming up. I think it's in June. I mean, if I get fired, I might go. So I don't I love San Diego. I mean, the problem is we're in San Diego. We'll be at the show for like 30 minutes, and then we'll be back out in San Diego. So that's our problem. But obviously I'd love to. I mean, anytime I can go down to San Diego, it's a great day. It's just absolutely sensational down there. It's probably my favorite part of Southern California, and certainly one of my favorite parts of all of California. And so yeah, that's a large possibility. You said you were in college, and what is are you first year, second year, fifth year, ninth year?
So yeah, I'm in a PhD program at UVA. I just finished up my third year. It's not related to history. I study like experimental pathology. So I'm in an ophthalmology lab there, doing some eye research essentially. But this is just kind of a cool thing on the side to do because PhD well, they're funded, but you can imagine you don't get a ton.
So we have to ask you. I mean, what's the dating situation? What's the lifestyle like as a third year PhD student in what you say University of Virginia? Is that what you're talking about? Okay. I mean, look, I've seen some UVA games, whether it's football or basketball, and they pan across the crowd. And there's some merchandise in the stadium. So can you describe what it's like, since it's been 20 some odd years since Ryan and I have been in that situation?
Right. No, UVA is great, but Charlottesville is a small city, especially
Sure.
compared to San Diego. So, I mean, the cool thing about UVA is there's the healthcare system is great. So there's a ton of nurses. But it's nothing like San Diego. I went to San Diego State for undergrad, and that's definitely prefer San Diego State.
We may or may not have experience with San Diego State.
Lordy.
Okay, so excellent. So what's the plan when you get out of college? What's the plan?
Yeah, so I love San Diego. I want to come back here. I'm interested in biotech. I'm actually out here in San Diego for the summer doing an internship at a biotech company. So I'd like to be back in the San Diego area for sure. And it's kind of seems like it's a little bit of a hub for biotech, one that even rivals in Boston. So especially in the La Jolla area over there. But you can't beat the San Diego weather. It's Virginia's cool, but then I come back here for even for a few days and I'm like, damn, yeah, this is way better than in Charlottesville.
Yeah, this is why our taxes are so high, because it's a hell of a lot better. That's for sure.
But I hope you guys, if you can, try to make it out to that show you're mentioning in San Diego in June. Because so my dad, my brother, and I, and a friend, we're running it. We're SD Collectibles. So there's one on the 29th and the 30th.
There we go. Yeah, hold on one second. Let's pull that up.
Sure.
Did you email us? Somebody emailed us, I think, about this one.
Yeah, I sent you an email I think last week about it. But
that's right. We're as good as answering emails as Ryan is. Not finding a Tinder date tonight.
Damn, you got a whole bunch of signers. You got a whole bunch of people coming out to this.
Yeah.
Our boy Lorenzo Neal's showing up.
June 29th.
I'll help you on the dating side.
I tell you what, for me, it all depends on if I'm working, it's tough, but if I'm not working, it's a little bit easier. Also, I have a family and kids, and I'm gone for half of the month of August, so it's a little tough to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go this weekend too. So if I can bring the family down, this is one. We go to Legoland one of the days, and so yeah, we'll try to pull up. But here it is, June 29th and 30th. We can vouch. This area of California is A++. And I would highly recommend anybody, obviously from California knows, but anybody outside of the state of California should experience San Diego in the summertime. It honestly, the beaches are the best. People think everybody beaches in California. No, you have to be down in San Diego to actually be able to get in the water. Otherwise, you got to have a fucking wetsuit. So it's the only part in California where the beaches are actually good. And even if you don't want to get on the water, if you want to walk the beach, your head is going to be snapping back and forth. And hide your kids and hide your wife, and maybe bring a pair of sunglasses, because there's going to be plenty to look at. So, Joey, I learned a lot from you. And then certainly if we come down the show, I'd love to talk to you more about the presidential autographs and things like that. And pretty cool.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on, guys, and taking the call. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Have fun in college, and wrap up, as they like to say. Thank you, Joey. Appreciate it.
Dude, how do we buy stock in Joey? Fuck these Luka Doncic cards. How do we buy? Hey, he's talking about ophthalmology and fucking biotech and all this shit.
Real.
How do we get that stock?
For real.
Make it crypto. We could buy him.
For real. Hey, tokenized Joey. Hey, everybody always says, oh, that next generation's kind of lazy. And I'll be real with you. The generation that's kind of out now is, they're worried about their gender and all this other stuff. But oh my God, we got this guy. Hold on. I'll stay off my rant here. Mr. Stonechase.
Stonechase.
What's up?
Hey,
man.
you just had a whatnot sale. Hey, pull up his Instagram. Pull up his Instagram real quick. Go to Instagram. Go to his. I don't know if it was a story. It was a post. The story or a post. Can't remember. Was it
Gonna
his
click on the
story? Go to
story.
his story. Go to
It
story.
was the IG.
I love that. So
No,
you had a
it was the
whatnot
post.
sale. You had a whatnot sale. Did you
Me and
crush it
Big
on the
Bro,
whatnot?
me and Big Brother, we streamed for like I think 7 hours that day
7 hours. God damn.
from the
Damn.
house.
How much did you sell?
I used to average 7 hours, by the way.
It did pretty good. It was I'd say we exceeded our expectations. But yeah, we never filled the table like that. One thing I will say is that algorithm on whatnot, you don't know what's gonna pop in there.
Really? Like in terms of chat?
No, I'm just like that was our we always have like a few new buyers and stuff, but like that day it said we had like 81 new buyers.
Wow.
So
Wow.
as you guys know, we like started it back in I'd say like November. We started doing it. Me and my bro tried to do it like once a week, as long as we got inventory. But this one, as Colin knows, when I was talking to him at the True Show, I was buying it for like a really big stream, and yeah, it was cool. We've been trying to buy better stuff, just to run it.
So what sells on whatnot? I got a big old table here, a la what was it? Floyd Mayweather, I think, had a table full of his sacks. Honestly,
That was just funny.
if Tim was at a table, it'd just be a bunch of pussy. But for us mortals, it's like pictures of men
Playboy
and some
cards.
stuff.
Right.
Playboy cards. What sells on whatnot on a live stream? I hear all these guys selling on whatnot. And it's like breaks are one thing, repacks are another thing. But I hear a lot of guys, they're buying these single cards and they're flipping them on a whatnot. What sells good, at least in your experience on whatnot?
So from my experience within like these past few months, it's the names, the players. Obviously, people want parallels. Like, they don't want like a Gordon Dragic Prism Silver rookie. They rather have probably an Anthony Edwards like Prism base. It's all about the names. Even like baseball players, football players. I'm not even that familiar as much with like the baseball and football, but if you know the names, like people like the names on whatnot. As far as like cards, autos, parallels, a lot of different stuff. Like this stream right here, it was playoff time, so I was looking for like a lot of basketball at the show, just to, because it's like that time of the year, and probably gonna try and start finding more football soon.
Where do you so you say you're trying to find these cards. Where are you getting? I mean, you got a lot of cards on the table there. Where are you finding these cards? Where are you buying them?
So all these were bought at the show. One of them was a big deal I bought from our friends out at Chico, the Sierra Nevada, on that first day. I bought probably a big box of cards, maybe around like $1,100. And then I don't know how many cards it probably was, maybe around like 150, 130, 150 cards. And I just ran them one at a time. But as you know, on whatnot, there's like, you can do the countdown where it's like 30 seconds. And then at 10 seconds, people can bid. And every time after you bid on 10 seconds, it'll restart 10 seconds. So this weekend, me and my brother, Big Brother Cards, as if you guys know, or people that are watching, you see from our videos, we did something that's called sudden death. And we never did it before, but it's like 20 seconds and people just bid till the timer ends. And for what we do with that stuff, we just try and find, so pretty much with these streams, I try to like organize everything before. I'm like, all right, here's a stack of the better $20 and up basketball, football cards. Here's a stack of $20 and under basketball and football cards. If we're running the basketball and football cards and let's say the better ones aren't doing good, we'll switch to the lower ones. If the room's getting better, we'll run the better ones. It's kind of just, riding the wave, seeing how the stream is.
How's the process to ship? You know what I mean? Like I'm familiar with that on eBay, familiar with it on Amazon. You get an order, you click a button and the fucking 4x6 label comes out and it's really not overly complicated. On whatnot, you sell whatever this is. It's got to be like 300 cards, probably more than that actually. You sell all these cards. Now you got to package and ship them. Is it organized pretty well on Whatnot, or are you grinding to pack and ship these things?
So it is a grind. My brother, he's more on the technical part of that as far as like the shipping stuff. Because before we started doing Whatnot, he was doing it with True Sports Cards, as you guys know, the show that just went on 2 weeks ago. And he's streaming right now for them on Whatnot right now. So he kind of brought his knowledge, and then we started doing it on ours. But honestly, I recommend people try it out if they want to do it. You know, just kind of want to sell their singles. The shipping stuff, I didn't think it was that hard. Just with printing the labels and stuff like that. Like me and my brother just have a process. He'll print the labels, he'll stack the cards, and then I'll package them like one by one. Like this last shipping one, it probably took us like maybe 2 to 3 hours to ship everything.
Now I see you at all. I've seen you at shows for a long time, for several years now. And are you doing this full time? Do you have another job? Like, what's the status in terms of this? Supporting your lifestyle, if you will.
So honestly, right now I'm still I'm finishing up school to get like my painter's license. I kind of been doing that on the side, but this past year, guys, I'm not lying. Like honestly, I kind of just been winging it. You know.
Yeah.
Pay the rent and then kind of try and build it back up. You know, maybe I hit on a box, maybe I take some wins, some losses. You just don't want to try and take too many losses. But I really feel like these past 2 months I've been picking up a lot more knowledge and learning if I want to, excel in the hobby. And even I feel like if I'm going to make better content, like I'm going to have to be, better on the more technical side as far as like buying and selling cards, what to buy, as you see. But I am a collector, as
There it is.
As Ryan knows.
I
do
think
collect.
you got that from me.
Ryan, you weren't at the True Show. I told Colin the first day. I'm like,
I know.
Where's he at? Where's the Chris Paul? But we'll get it another day.
I think I got another nice one that I'm saving to try to trade to you.
I bought my first exquisite. I don't know what's getting into me. I bought my first exquisite RPA.
There we go. And what that set you back?
400. It was a good price.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it was a good price. My friend was in town. He said, I have it. I was like, it's different when the card's right there. Like with this one, when we were at the Auburn show, you had it. We got a cool trade done. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. Put it in the PC.
Yeah, I sold the whole table, but I told him, I was like, I have to take this Chris Paul over to Stonechase and trade it to him. So it was the only card in my whole case that I didn't sell. I came and traded it to you.
I appreciate that because, yeah, that was a really good card. And the PC's been growing lately. So I've been happy about that.
What advice would you give to somebody who's, hey, maybe they don't have 300 cards, maybe they got 30 cards. What advice would you give to them to start selling cards? Would you jump right onto Whatnot? Would you go to shows? Would you sell on eBay? Like somebody who's just kind of starting out, what advice would you give to them to maybe get to a point where they're slanging all this stuff on Whatnot in one night?
Man, I'd say start small. Like if you guys are doing Whatnot, because people have been seeing me and my brother doing like, oh, we want to do it, and then I ran my good cards and I got killed, and I'm just like, don't try and like have separate stacks. If you're gonna buy cards and you want to run them on Whatnot, maybe not run your really good cards right away because you want to try and build your room, build your following. As far as like people at shows, because I've never really been like the big really flipper or anything like that. I feel like these past 2 months I've been kind of getting more into it, just I feel like I've been picking up, more knowledge, listening a lot to my brother about, how to be better about it. My brother was telling me like last week, he's like, I feel like you're in a spot where I was like a year and a half ago, as far as like clicking with, the what stuff to buy. And yeah. How
many times a week are you going live on Whatnot?
We just been going like once. I'd probably say 2 to 3 times a month at the most right now.
Oh, really? So not very many times, and you can get an audience to slang this amount of cards. So people will just pop into your room, even if you're not on there all the time.
Yeah, so that's just the one thing I think how their algorithm set up. I think it's pretty good, and they're more. I feel like there's not a big space on there for singles. It's more breakers. Like I feel like the app is it promotes more breaking than anything because everyone's just getting into more repacks and stuff. But I feel like it's a good opportunity for people if they want to try and start running singles.
What's the next show that you're going to? Is there anything local coming up? I know Dion's having his show up in Fairfield, I think, pretty soon. What's the next show that you're going to?
Dion's Fairfield, and then there's San Francisco this weekend in South San Francisco. So that one's always a pretty good one.
Okay.
But I think they just announced there's about to be like a 5-week stretch after the Fairfield show. It's just more and more people doing shows.
Nice.
But how are you guys?
Hey, we hanging. Hey, the Boston Celtics won tonight, so we can take a victory lap at least for one night about Mr. Luka Doncic. So you better believe we're feeling pretty good.
Hey, who do you have winning it?
I don't really care.
Well, we're definitely rooting. We're definitely rooting for Boston, only so that we can come take a victory lap that Luka Doncic lost. Other than that, if it's not the Lakers, and if it's not the San Francisco, if it's not the Lakers, if it ain't,
watch.
we don't care too much one way or the other.
No, I don't.
You guys will be good. You'll have JJ Redick next year. I'm sure you guys are going to be just fine.
Be all right.
One way or the other. Lots of rumors about the Lakers coaching search, so we'll
I'll watch
when
the playoffs start.
Yeah,
right.
Now, look, we can't let you go without asking about the relationship status. Are we dating? Are we like Tim and we're kind of mingling? What's the status there?
Man, me and Ryan in the same boat, trying to find our card love.
Wow.
Well, you got a stack of money like Floyd Mayweather's now from your Whatnot sales. So you could always go out and purchase some merchandise, I guess, or wine and dine some merchandise if you had to.
Maybe, or just, put it back into the next thing, maybe try and reevaluate it next year. Like I said, it's been cool. I feel like these past 2 months, I've been getting a lot better with that stuff and even like editing videos. Like at the end of the day, like all this is possible, because of my brother. Like my brother's the hardest worker of the whole thing, and he's still working 50 plus hours a week doing his job. So I'm just trying to do my part with, try to make these videos as relevant as possible, help my part as much with the Whatnot to where maybe a couple months from now, maybe we can do this full time, But I try to take it day by day. I try to keep my expectations low and just grateful. People have been liking the vids, and I've even been able to connect and talk with you guys, and it's been positive. So, yeah, I'm just appreciative.
We're appreciative of you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we love seeing you guys at the show, and
shout out Juan, Broadway Boys. I gotta shout out my guy Juan, Broadway Boys.
Yeah,
of course,
in the hobby.
I think his wife actually tunes in when it's this late. I think it's actually only his wife that is still
allowed to tune in.
Still tuning in. So quite a lovely lady and obviously a great family.
Hey, but I will say that little reel, the video down in Burbank, I think a lot of your following people would like to see some more little card show content for you guys. Like when Colin was at the True Show, I saw him with the camera. I was like, hey, you let me know if you need anything from me.
Yeah, we had a little video from that, and I mean, I think, I think as time goes on, we might, maybe more of that. We'll see. But
I think we're gonna be try to record a live show at the Burbank Sports Card Show. Are you gonna be down there, Stonechase, in Burbank?
We'll be down there. My brother, us, True, the shop, Candlestick.
Oh, good. We got to get all you guys on then, and
we'll be there.
I like that location better. I heard you guys were talking about it earlier, but the Anaheim location, it's cool.
Okay.
We'll have a cooler, and we'll have a live stream going, and we'll have some fun.
As long as the cooler's cool and they're not charging $8 a water bottle, I think we'll be good.
we gonna bring that in. We gonna bring that in. And if Tim's there might be a Playboy model or two. So there might be a lot going on.
All right, and then maybe Saturday night, me and Ryan will go find where the ladies are at for us.
You're damn right.
Hey, it's late. My wife's not watching. I'll probably join you guys. So I'm ready.
Stonechase,
love
you the
brother.
man, brother.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for inviting.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good seeing you, brother.
Good seeing you. as always. Good follow on Instagram. And yeah, I've seen him at the shows many times. And got a YouTube channel as well. Let's shout that out. The link's right there on
I'll
his
bring up.
Instagram.
I'll bring up his YouTube.
Yeah, it's right there. There you go. So hit the YouTube up.
Stonechase, 17,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Wow,
Goes around. Well, he goes around to these shows and he does an amazing job kind of doing kind of a vlog from the show. So if you're loving the vlogs, if you're loving you know what the Northern California sports card scene, he's one of the best follows in the business because he goes around to these shows.
He's out of
and he talks to these guys. He's at these shows all the time. So we'll see him down in Burbank, and hopefully we'll see him also at the county fair where the Auburn Trading Card Show is at September 9th through the 8th. Boy,
hey, if somebody needs a table, if somebody needs a table, I have full authority that there could be one available. So you can email sportscardshow@gmail.com if you want to get hooked up at the Auburn Trading Card Show.
Yes, let us know if you would like a table.
You might want to bring some sunglasses too, because my guess is there's going to be some talent.
Chances are there will be. Oh, we do have to take a victory lap. The Boston Celtics have defeated Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks in game one of the NBA Finals.
The Sixers won game one against the Lakers and then didn't win a game. So
who are we talking about? We talking about Luka Doncic, or we talking about Shaq and Kobe?
That's true.
Let's not compare the two.
That's true.
So
we'll see.
Luka Doncic came up a little shy today in game one. Now, if they win the next,
what was his line? Do you have his stat line up? Do we know how he did?
That's exactly.
Because I mean, if he dropped like 90 and 10, I mean that seems. I mean, they only scored 89 points. That
Luka Doncic.
Just 12 of 26.
12 of 26, 4 of 12, 2 of 5 from the line.
He's a 30% 3-point shooter. He should stop shooting threes. Honestly, if Luka stopped shooting threes, they would win the title. He's not a good 3-point shooter. He should stop shooting threes.
He really actually probably should.
He should.
And open up those opportunities for other people. But he's such a high volume guy. I mean, 26 shots. He's took 7 more shots than the second highest guy, which is Kyrie.
But people will point to what he had 10 rebounds and probably several assists.
Who fucking cares? Like, who fucking cares about
one
the
assist?
rebounds?
That's all he had?
Oh, he had 1 assist.
Oh my God. They were not moving
4
the ball.
turnovers.
I mean, look, the highest assist total is 2.
They had 9 assists the whole game.
Oh my God. What
happened? Do they hate each other? Do they hate each other? Are they missing shots? What happened tonight?
Jesus Christ.
Only 11 turnovers.
He was a -10. So, yeah. Okay. We knew this about him, though. We knew this about him. And then on the Celtic line, you have Drew Holiday with 20 when he went just 4 of 9. That's a great line.
Porzingis played great for being out for 2 months or whatever it was.
Oh, he was out.
He had 20 in 20 minutes. My God.
Yeah, they have a slightly deeper team as far as I'm concerned. They have a slightly deeper team. And look at those percentages. Yeah, look at those percentages.
Way deeper team. Because Horford could get 20. Holiday could get 20. White could get 20. Porzingis got 20 on 20 minutes. This kid went 0 for 5. I mean, if he stitched 3 or 4 of those, in a few minutes, he would get more minutes. So they just have a deeper team, whereas Dallas is so reliant on Luka Doncic throwing up shots and making them. Kyrie cooking, which he did not at all. Kyrie 12 points, 0 of 5 from 3. This isn't as much on Kyrie as it is Luka Doncic. Everybody else, look, all these other guys they have are fucking scrubs, and you're lucky you can get. PJ Washington is playing out of his fucking mind. I mean, that guy's a fucking scrub. Everybody else on this team's a fucking scrub. Derek Lively in 18 minutes, a 1 for 1.
I never even
5
heard
rebounds.
of any of these other guys.
Yeah. All these other guys are going to choke in the big stage, in the big moment. Maybe they played well earlier in the playoffs when the lights weren't as bright, but the lights are fucking bright right in your face. And you saw tonight that Kyrie came up a little short. Luka Doncic threw up enough shots, but it's just not going to be enough. They lost by 18 points. So, or more than that. Looks like they lost by 18 points. So, it wasn't even really a game. So that'll be interesting
CB
going into
Hobby.
game 2.
10% off. Promo code Will Grier, cbhobby.com. Support the
Guys,
channel. Support a hobby shop out there, baby.
support the-
$99. Thank you very
Support
much.
the channel.
You must be selling a lot of boxes, I tell you what. You can buy 36,000 followers for $600. It sounds expensive.
Damn, that's a lot.
You can go to Fiverr, maybe you get it for $5.
Yeah, but will you have them in a month if you buy them and then they'll
No,
all
no,
disappear?
no. Of course not. No, yeah. There's no reason to buy followers.
That's a lot of money.
Seems like a lot. What up, fam? Shout out Discord Bar Life 2. That's JQM78, $1.99.
You goddamn right.
Thank you.
One of the few men worth following on Twitter.
This is true. I do. Instagram's very good. If you like certain posts, it kind of feeds you. I'll make it through like 4 posts on Instagram before I'm done.
Fucking
He tends to have shit like this. Yeah. I mean, I'm on Instagram for this kind of stuff, guys.
Like, look at this.
That's not funny.
Look at this. Come on.
That's funny.
I think our boy Jeff makes a few appearances.
Quite a few, yeah. Jeff's in there quite a bit.
Our boy Car Collector 2 is in here.
He's in there. There's a lot of females too.
There's our boy Kurt. Our boy Kurt made one.
There he is. Looking good. Haven't heard from him recently. He's quieted down. It's probably good.
Our boy well, he did the smart thing. He quieted down. When you're doing something borderline illegal, you should shut up.
You should probably go to the. And then our boy Cblaz is in the sports betting, man. You on Instagram? This man's dropping at the Red Rock.
Hey,
I mean, this guy's the next. What's his name? Steve Stevens.
I'm putting in that work, baby. Vegas Dave, Vegas Blez,
Vegas Dave, Vegas Blez, Vegas Chad. I like that.
Yeah, so this is mandatory. There's our boy. What's his name? Great Curator.
Yeah, Great Curator. I haven't seen him in a while. I guess because he has us blocked, so we don't get to see.
Oh yeah, we can't even see his shit.
I didn't see his shit because we're blocked. We're not blocked by Alex, who says she loves us. That is, I mean,
the feeling's mutual. I can confirm that the feeling is very mutual.
Very, very mutual.
It's extremely.
I feel like she has to say that because of the love that we show is overwhelming.
It's extremely.
She doesn't want us to let us down. She doesn't want to let us down, so she feel like she has to say that.
Let us down. Let us down. I mean, shit, boy.
Ryan, would you go out with that in New York? When you're in New York City, I think she's located on the East Coast. Would you skip?
Boy, we just go right to the ring. We skip everything. Go right to the ring shop. Just what size are these rings right here?
Okay,
we just work that out real quick.
Bonds right away. Okay.
We can go right to that.
You go into the Diamond District right away. It's like she's like, "Where are we going to dinner?" And you're like, "The Diamond District."
Yeah, hold on. Hang on 1 second.
You get down on one knee and you got like 3 carats. Okay, all right.
Better be at least 3 carats. Come on,
go. My God. Okay. Autodidact University, $2. G. Wilson, taking everything I've worked for. It's sad. It's very sad. Well, he's taking that PPP money.
But he had enough to give us $2 though. So not everything. He didn't take everything.
His last 2 went to us. We're grateful. Thank
you, Autodidact University, for your very last $2. We really appreciate that.
Thank you. Your schedule your week around our live stream. Thank you. That's right. Will Alex slap us around with her flip flop? That would be.
Please.
There would be no problem with that. We'd have no problem with that. Out on the golf course. My God. Masters. Ryan. No wonder you go into the Diamond District. God damn. I need to sign up for
this one up, man. You just lock that one up.
Yeah.
What are we even talking about? You lock that up.
Oh my God.
You're just locking it up.
Yeah, well, I mean, these guys in New York City, are they sleeping?
Well, them dudes in New York City, they just chasing one
Yeah.
after the other. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, those idiots. Mike sold his card shop to some card shop out of Texas, from what I hear. That's from Soccer Balls 223. That's what I heard. Is that he may have retained maybe a small portion of it, or I don't know, but that's what I heard too.
Right. I heard that too.
SCR should do a live stream from the National. We will be doing a live stream from
Burbank.
I don't know what the situation at Fanatics will be, but we'll do one from the Pendry. So we up in the Pendry. Ryan, pull up the Pendry. Where's the fucking Pendry at? We're staying at the Pendry, NYC, Manhattan.
I'm gonna be
Luxury
chilling
West.
with Alex. I don't know about you, but I'm
Oh,
gonna be.
never mind. She's certainly invited, and no one else. So we up in Manhattan West. This is supposedly, according to Google, is just a 10-minute stroll to the Javits Center.
I see why we're
I heard-
here. California inspired destination, baby.
No wonder. Although the rooms are small. I mean, that's what I expected going to New York.
Welcome
City.
to NYC, baby.
400, 500 square feet, whatever. But whatever. So there we are. We're going to be on 438 West. So yeah, and the Javits Center is just, I guess that would be west of that, towards that Shake Shack. It's towards the water. Javits Center.
Oh, Javits Center right here. Javits Center right there.
Javits Center there. Pendry's on that red dot. So
okay.
That's what. Now there was a closer hotel, but the reviews on Google and on like hotels.com were not as favorable. So I went with the Pendry because the reviews were like, "Hey, this is actually a really nice real." Yeah, it's right by the. I mean, it's close to pretty much anything.
Okay.
So I mean, we dare. We gonna be there. Now it's an hour from the airport, but
whatever.
I can sit in there. Alex saying yes, I think, to your proposal here, Ryan. So you're set.
God,
you just got to save up for that 3 carat. So,
well, I'll sell every Luka Doncic card I have to buy that 3 carat ring.
You would sell Luka Doncic for that, yeah, believe me. USPS lost $1,300 package. Have to deal with their insurance now. Ooh, that's a problem.
Good luck.
That is a problem.
They lost a $450 Hank Aaron card, and I still ain't never got the money.
Hey, standard envelope comes hella quick. You make a claim on standard envelope, and that $3.99 shows up in your $3.99 shows up in your PayPal account hella quick. So I love that standard envelope. Yeah,
we need to lock that one up. That's all I gotta say. We gotta lock that one up.
Go down a little bit. The one with the hat. Go down a little bit. Yeah,
right here.
Yeah.
We gotta lock that one up.
Damn. JQM 70. Oh my God. 489 PSA 7-star Michael Jordan card. Rookie 20K buy from last year, looking great. So wow, same grade just ended at 50K on PWCC last Sunday. So minus your fees, which on PWCC I'm not exactly sure what they are. Let's assume it's 20%. So you're taking off 10. So you're at 40, and then maybe some income taxes if you decide to pay them. You take off a little bit more. Yeah, that's still a great come up. So PSA 7-star Michael Jordan, 20K to 50.
That's a good move.
I would sell. Sell and go to the Diamond.
Especially while it's hot right now.
Yeah,
like that. That shit's hot right now. That Michael Jordan star shit.
Yeah, I would sell.
You know what I mean? These guys will jump back on whatever the other train here in a minute.
Yeah, Luka wins game 2, and they'll be jerking that off.
Luka wins game 2.
You might.
Yeah, you can see this is the Jesse Craig private sale of a PSA 9 for $9. Now Jeff bought one. I thought Jeff bought one for like $100. It was a PSA 8. So it's possible that Jeff Here's one. This one
I
ended
think he sold
quite a
it
while
already.
ago.
I think he had to
Oh, he
sell
already
it.
sold it.
I think
Oh,
he sold most of his stuff.
oh, I see.
He's got to
I
fund
don't.
that Cards HQ.
This
Like
might be
I've
his
heard,
right here.
like he sold his business. Like the PPP money's gone, so it's like he's having to fund all this other shit with his money, with his own money.
Here's an 8 for 86. Yeah, I don't know what an 8 would sell for right now. Yeah, because he bought one. He bought one at the National for
a honey.
For like a honey. Here's one that ended in March.
I mean,
For
you're underwater.
78.
You're
So he's
getting
still
100.
he might still be underwater on it, but if you didn't buy these at the top, yeah, these have probably moved a little bit here in the last whatever period. Here's one that ended for 73. So yeah, he's probably underwater on it, especially when you consider fees. This one ended on Goldin, so you're only, that's including the buyer's premium. So the take home on this was only like fucking like 50 grand. Or less even maybe. Because yeah, you got to include the 20% buyer's premium doesn't go to you. That's what's deceptive sometimes about these sale prices. People see, oh, it sold for 73. No, that includes the 20%.
Right.
This card sold for like, 65 or 60, right? And then you add 20% to it. So the buyer only got 60 on something like this. So for your card to really move, that's why when these fucking cards move, sell them. When these Luka Doncic cards move, fucking sell them before he gets swept out of the playoffs.
I've never seen a picture of a man that I didn't want to sell. Same thing for stocks. Same thing for watches. These are not your children,
Sell
guys.
'em.
It's okay to abandon them and get rid of them. These are not your
Sell 'em.
children, not your wife.
Sell. It ain't Alex Giammo. Fuck. I mean, come on now.
Right. You
like
ain't
this one. You go broke for this. Come on. What are we even fucking talking about? Y'all over here fucking rubbing down your Luka Doncic and shit.
You want to rub down something else?
Fucking A. What do you think?
David Snyder says, Tim, to use an app. I'm surprised that he's asking about cards, but he says, do you use an app to track cards? App that can take pictures of cards and pull price. Yeah, that's well, I was not expecting that. But Tim, do you use an app to track your cards, take pictures of the card, and pull price?
No, but my friend does own Center Stage app, which does scan the card and pull up comps.
Yeah, I think I've seen people use this or a version of this. Excuse me. Yeah. So I've seen this. Not an endorsement unless they want to send over a check, then we'll endorse it. Dan the Card Man. Keen to hear your thoughts on the new eBay policy trialed for immediate payment on auctions. Hey, anything that makes people, I saw people quitting eBay, Ryan, this week because they're getting rid of American Express because American Express has like higher fees or whatever.
Yeah.
So eBay's like, oh, we're not going to take American Express. And I saw people dropping eBay for this. And I'm like, hey, see ya. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. And if people want to stop buying on eBay because there's an immediate payment required,
well,
by all fucking means, later.
Yeah, by all means. I ran into this yesterday. I bid on some Shea Gildress Alexander cards. It was like 28 of them or something. And as I was typing in my bid or something, it said, hey, if you win this, you have to pay within an hour. And I was like, good. These are the auctions I want to bid on, because that's going to weed out about 20% of the people. If you say you have to pay within an hour, 20% of the people are going to be like, nope, I don't want to bid. And so I'm like, fuck yeah. Implement that policy. You're going to see the actually decline in price of cards, and I'm going to have fun bidding on eBay again, because it's like, oh yeah, well, I'm going to be able to win some things because people actually want to win auctions and not pay for them either in general or what they want to wait 2 weeks. So I did see this. I did run into this myself. It worked perfectly. I won something and then it automatically, takes the money out of your account and the seller gets paid. And yeah, I'm all for this.
I got no problem with it. And it's like, for me, if you're on eBay and you need the money, Like I had a guy buy some cards and he bought them on a Friday. He sent me a message and he said, I'm gonna pay for them on Monday. I'm like, oh good, it's all good, brother. Like you pay for them
Yeah.
whenever you want. I don't care. They ain't gonna go nowhere. He didn't pay me till I think maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. And then he messaged me, hey, I'm sorry it took so long, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, it's all good, brother.
Yeah,
I
we ain't
don't,
tripping.
you know what I mean? Like, I ain't tripping. I don't need to, you know what I mean? Like, even if I had bills to pay, I'm not tripping, And so I think that's how you run your eBay store, because it's just like Amazon. How did Amazon get so big? It's like, man, if you got an Amazon return, Nordstrom, same way. You buy something on Nordstrom, you could buy your prom dress in 1985 and go return it to Nordstrom. Like just take care of the customer, take care of your customer, take care of everybody, and don't sweat the pennies and the dollars. You know what I mean? I think at the end of the day, my policy on eBay is somebody complains, give them their money back. Somebody say, hey, I had to pay 50 cents to pick up the package because that's what the post office wants. Well, you send them your 50 cents. Somebody says they pay on Monday and they pay on Wednesday. No big deal. It's all good. I ain't going to do a no bidder. Somebody bought something from me and I don't think they paid. I don't know. Eventually it like went away from my awaiting payment thing. I don't know what happened. eBay, whatever, did their thing. I don't know, but I don't care. Now, sure, when it's like $1,000 or $10,000, it'd be a little different, but yeah, any policy that lowers the price and gets people to run from eBay, I'm all for.
Yeah.
Burbank, gonna be some drama. Drama, guys. We love drama. We love drama. Don't worry, we ain't gonna shy away from the drama, guys. There's gonna be a lot of drama in New York City. There's gonna be a lot of, oh my God, the ass kissing in New York City, Ryan. Good God, everybody's gonna be there, and they're gonna drop on their knees. The minute they get in the Javits Center, they're gonna drop on their knees. They're going to open their mouth as wide as they can and say, where's Michael Rubin? Where's Tops? Where's an employee of Tops that I can suck off? Because I'm a breaker. I'm a fucking shop owner and I need allocation and I need to prove my worth. Like
You
these
see-
guys need
you
to prove their worth.
You see it in the content. You see that none of the watch the big channels. They will never criticize Tops or
Never.
Fanatics.
Never.
And they'll sometimes highlight these stupid fucking things that nobody cares about just for that allocation, just to appease a certain an employee or an account manager or something. Like it's incredible already going with between the breakers and the shop owners who need allocation. The Jeff Wilson types, the card collector 2 types, they never criticize anything that Fanatics does.
Never.
So I
Never.
imagine that'll be tenfold. This will be the greatest event of all time, right? Even though it likely won't be. The card show out in Auburn, California will have more talent. Sans Alex Giammo.
I don't know. I'm
at the event, at the actual event.
Well, yeah. To be fair, the Auburn show is at a fair, so nobody is going there to
for the cards.
Look at pictures of men. But I'll wait. We'll report on the facts at the Javits Center.
Right.
If it's a bunch of men walking around looking at pictures of men, we'll tell you guys. If it's, if it's a little cooler than that, we'll let you know. But to catch us there for more than a few hours, it's probably going to be.
I want to report on all the ass kissing that's going on. I want to get firsthand accounting of the ass kissing and the ass licking.
Go. Not only do you have to go if you have allocation, you have to go and kiss ass. And so that's
you have to do that every day. You have to do that on social media every day.
You were right. But especially at the Fanatics Fest, you're going to have to fucking suck these guys' dick. Oh, what a cool show it is. We'll tell you if this fucking blows, guys. Like if this thing blows, we'll tell you. Like, oh my God, I just spent $7,000 to go to New York City and it fucking sucks. Like we'll tell you guys. Cuz there's a decent probability that that's what happens. Is that we drop basically 5 figures to go to this thing and it fucking sucks. There's a chance of that. So, but if it's cool, we'll let you know. But I really don't care. I really don't care. We'll get to see parts of New York City, which I've never seen. We'll get Brian Gray and many others to buy us dinner. And
I'm
we'll
gonna
do
propose. I'm gonna propose to
You're
Alex
gonna
Giammo.
propose.
So,
You're gonna propose to Alex, whether or not she says yes or even even
it's
pays
worth a
attention.
shot. What's the worst that could happen? She could say no. I mean,
Right. Right now, right now it's a no. So it's like you might as well,
I've got 2 months to turn it to a yes.
Right. There's probably a slightly better than 0% chance that she actually says yes.
Right. It's not zero, right? It's not like a 0 chance. Like it's near 0, but it's not like it's not
near
0.
zero. It's a
It's
number
near
very,
0.
very close to 0.
But it's not 0.
I don't know. Maybe it is 0 though. Might be 0.
We got to work on that then.
She watches the show, so she knows your habits.
Yeah.
She knows.
He knows.
What
Oh
you've
wow,
done.
that's a good point.
She probably
Bad.
what was Tim? There was some kind of test that you needed. What was this thing called? Talent test.
Talent test.
Yeah.
So
we got to get one of those.
So she knows,
It's bad.
the snow, and it's like, it's this is, and I'm sure she's got to take you home to the family to get clearance. You know what I mean? Like,
Ooh, that could be bad.
It's gonna be tough.
Right.
I think you've got an uphill. I think even if you roll up with 3 carats, it's gonna be tough. It'll be tough.
It's hey, we're here for the uphill challenge. We're here for the battle.
Okay. All right. Try that. How about that one with the basketball? Do that one with the basketball. Yeah. Okay. Tim, you coming to Fanatics Fest? Yes. The deal is, if I get fired anytime over the next couple of weeks, couple of days, could be the next couple of hours, be honest with you, and I get 6 months severance, even a smaller amount, just any kind of severance, I'll be flying Tim out to Fanatics Fest.
Woo!
Not first class, because that's
fine.
I don't know what that is from a dollar perspective, but because I paid with points. I bought first class, but I paid with points. So I'm not exactly sure what that cost from a dollar perspective. But I think it was 70,000 points. So whatever that is from a dollar perspective.
Probably it's like 70K spent.
70K. Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know. But that's the deal. That's the deal. And I would say right now, Tim, you're sitting on a very, very high probability because, needless to say, the guys think we rail on Jeff Wilson. Well, I do the same thing to my bosses, guys. If I don't think my bosses are doing a good job, believe me, they hear about it, and that gets tiresome. They get tired of that real fucking quick. So Tim is the engine that makes SER drive. We agree. That's why he has 4.2% equity. That's why he, in fact, he's realized some of that equity more recently, I think.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Thank you, CB Hobby. Of course, he's probably blown that all on hookers and blow, but it is what it is.
75%.
That's not bad at all, then.
The other will go tonight or tomorrow, Friday. Tim the MILF Hunter takes NYC. Yeah. Maybe we'll have an alternative stream. We'll have the MILF hunting stream. Ryan will be trying to get married, and Tim will be hunting the already married.
True.
Tim the MILF Hunter, wife swapping cards. Yeah.
There it is.
Could be. Yeah.
Stay away from my new wife, Alex, Tim.
Please do.
Wait.
No, there's no sharing going on. There's no commingling of funds here. Absolutely not.
Fine.
Okay. He'll keep it clean. SER meeting greet to yes. In fact, you're all invited. What are we saying? What's it called again?
The Pendry.
The Pendry. Guys, you all are invited to the Pendry, which is in Manhattan West,
which is right here.
438 West 33rd Street. Now, I'm sure they have security and shit at the door because this is what I fucking paid.
We'll meet at Shake Shack then.
A night for. Well, we can meet at Shake Shack.
We'll
anywhere around the fucking Pendry. Anybody that wants to meet up, of course.
There's a Shake Shack across the street.
If you're at the Javits Center, of course. Yes, of course. We'll coordinate these things if we get a little closer, since I'm terrible at answering DMs and messages. We'll coordinate these things beforehand. And believe me, I'll be messaging Brian Gray and seeing if we can get a table lined up. So there we go. Tim, are you a gamer?
I was a pro gamer and world champion, actually.
Wow. And you gave that up to fuck MILFs.
It's a better route.
Yeah, I agree.
Better route. Fair enough. Dave Snyder, how is Buffalo? Hope you make it to the Dallas show. Fleer is great. I agree. We'll ask Dave Snyder about Buffalo, but I like it out here in California. And our guest, what was his name? Joey? Does
Joey.
confirm that as California is the best.
California is better.
Would like to know SER's insight on owning their own card shop back in the day, the pros and cons. Oh my God, we could have a whole show on this. Always wanted to have my own shop since a kid. Seems a lot tougher. I would not recommend it.
I think we could take a deep dive into that on, the next week.
Well, if I got fired, we can go live tomorrow.
I think it depends where you can go live tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. Well, if the Celtics sweep the Mavs, we'll definitely be doing some extra lives. I think it depends where you are. I think we're out here in California, and doing something like that was expensive back then. It'd be 20 times more expensive than now. I think there are areas of the country where retail combined with something where you're also heavily selling online, I think it's something that's doable. I like those card shops, or those card shops that morph from guys who either breakers or guys who sell a lot of single cards, and they almost need a place to store all this stuff or the deal flow to come to them.
Yeah.
Somebody like Burbank Sports Cards, I don't know if he makes a lot of money on his physical card shop, but he's got 50 people a day with a fucking Pelican case looking to sell him cards that then he's able to turn over online. So sometimes these card shops, it's not necessarily about making money at your card shop. It's getting the deal flow to you so that then you can go sell 3,000 to 5,000 cards online. Right. So we could maybe dive a little bit more into that next week, and probably maybe walk through the economics of what it takes to run a card shop today.
Yeah.
Not a 15,000 square foot one like Jeff, but if you did want to set up 1,500 square feet in a certain area of the country, what would that cost you? What would that look like to you? And I think there's ways to make it work. California and some of these high expensive places, little tricky.
But here's the deal. It's actually sitting in your shop. The reality sets in at some point. You're sitting in your shop along a lot. And that is not as glamorous as it seems. Trust me, it's actually far more glamorous to have a website that gets thousands of viewers and YouTube channel that gets thousands of viewers. I'd much rather have that. Much rather have the money coming in from a website and a YouTube channel than a trading card shop. It is far more relaxing.
100 times out of 100.
You can take days off. There are days you don't want to do a video and you don't want to do a website. People still watch your videos. People still go to your website. People still click on the ads. If you don't want to do if you don't want to show up to your card shop, ain't nobody coming in. You ain't buying nothing. You ain't selling nothing.
Well, I think the biggest myth about these guys set up these card shops. Group breakers were forced by Panini and Upper Deck to set up card shops. Forced to set up card shops. If you're a group breaker like Leighton and Mojo Break and these other guys, they had to set up sports card stores.
They wouldn't have done it
to
otherwise.
Get allocation.
Blowout, DA, all these guys, they wouldn't have done it otherwise. They wouldn't have done it otherwise.
Just sell online. Yeah.
It's not that. It's okay, but it's not great. It's okay, but it's not great. And we had success. It wasn't like it was all downhill. You know what I mean? Like, we had success, and even when you had success, it wasn't great. It wasn't great, honestly. eBay Sports Card Radio. All one word. Ryan is selling on NorCal-Sports cards. We're the
Hyphen Cards, I
original.
think.
A lot of people that want to be NorCal Sports Cards. We're the original ones. We are literally the original
We
ones.
are. We literally are the original one.
So I don't think I own the domain name anymore, but I used to. So David Snyder saying hi to himself, I think. Tim, what's your favorite movie? That's not a porno.
Tomorrowland.
Wow. I was watching a movie with what's the girl's name? Sydney Sweeney.
Oh
her name?
boy, that girl. Lord have
My
mercy.
God. Oh my God. Whew.
That was David Snyder saying hi to Dave Snyder. Those are two different
Yes, he
people.
was. Oh, those are two different people. I'm still confused.
There's many Dave Snyders. Yes.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah. That's okay.
Sydney Sweeney is invited to the Pendry.
Oh. Would you say if she was at the Pendry, would you make it to the Javits Center, Ryan?
What's the Javits Center again?
Would you make it back to the Birthday Card Show?
What the fuck is Fanatics? Like, what the fuck are we even talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods autograph first major. Yeah, let me here. We'll pull this up.
I think I won this. I think I won a Tiger Woods autograph tonight on a ticket for $899. I don't know if that's a good price or not, but we'll take it.
Another movie of mine would be Wolf on Wall Street.
Wolf on Wall Street. That's a good one.
Tiger Woods, 1999 PGA Championship. It was his first PGA Championship he ever won. 1999.
I just got you a second. I got you a second ticket tonight.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've got a bunch of Tiger Woods autographs at this point. But yeah, I was in 1999. I was 17.
17.
I was 17 years old, and I was sitting by the green, and Mr. Tiger Woods came and started signing autographs, and I got that. And this is the one single piece of memorabilia that I have in my collection that I don't think I would sell. So huge influence in my life, Mr. Woods. You watched Loot Box open $900 Clark sticker auto? I did not. What is this? Loot Box? $900 Clark sticker auto. I'm not aware. You paid $2,700 for that?
What?
That Tiger? You bought that?
Nah, I didn't win this one. This one ended at 33.
$700 from
that ended up at 33. I won this ticket, I think, for 9.
Alex might be marrying you if you buy $2,700 one. Oh, you bought that one for 9. That seems like a good deal. That's a good deal.
I feel like that's not horrible.
That's a good deal. Yeah, that's good.
Sig looks okay.
Yeah, no, it looks great.
Loot box, insane $900 price for Topps Caitlin Clark set. So it looks like maybe he opened the set, and maybe he hit one maybe.
Okay. Are
Looks
these
like
all?
he hit
Oh, there it is. Is that the one you hit?
So yeah, there we go. So out of 50, Caitlin Clark sticker auto.
50?
I sell it right now, baby. Sell it right now.
Same.
We told you guys. I told you guys she was going to come into the league and get punked.
Yeah, I'm going to pull that up on the Clips channel.
Pull it up on the Clips channel.
Yeah,
women's basketball is more competitive than men's basketball. What you're having right now is you're having the commentary around the WNBA is astonishing. You're all these men and all these people who have never watched fucking women's sports don't realize how competitive these fucking bitches
don't give a fuck.
These bitches are competitive when they go out on a night in New York City. They hate each other. These bitches hate Caitlin Clark, and these white men can't believe. Why do you hate Caitlin Clark? She's the reason for private flights, and guys. They don't give a fuck. These bitches hate her. I wish the NBA was this competitive. I wish Luka and Trey and Jason Tatum didn't just pat each other on the back every game. I wish they got in each other's face. How much more fun would that be to watch?
Way more fun. I'd actually watch it.
This was the most obvious thing in the world. First of all, Caitlin Clark, I don't think is even top 20 in the WNBA in scoring. She's not that good. She came into the league. All these other girls were like, what the fuck? Fuck this white bitch.
Yep.
And we're seeing what has happened. I'm surprised a full blown fight hasn't happened in the game. Because bitches are competitive. Bitches are hella competitive in sports. And it's fun to watch men realize that. Or I don't think they've realized that. They're trying to equate the men's game to the women's game.
There's no enforcers in the NBA either. Whereas on a men's team, if your boy's getting punked, you step up too. Women don't step up for another. No, they don't, because they all
what's his name called out the team for that, for not stepping up and protecting their star.
Well, that's the problem. People are trying to make the women's game like the men's game, and it's not. No. It's two totally different fucking things. These bitches hate each other. Even probably on their own team, they're jealous of Caitlin Clark.
Yep. That's why there's no enforcers on the team.
Yeah, that's why they don't stick up for her.
Yep. Because they're jealous.
Completely different game.
It's just like when if you're in high school and you're a hot chick, but your friend's even hotter than you, and she gets the guy on the football team or whatever,
you hate each other.
Tim, you hate her. All of a sudden, that ruins your whole shit. But yeah, if I pulled a $900 sticker auto of Caitlin Clark, bro, it'd be gone. It'd be gone already.
She ain't even top 20 in scoring. Like she's not even that good.
No, I mean, I think she's great for the game. She's great for the game. Great for the game. But I ain't buying a $900 sticker auto and I'm thinking it's going to go up. Come on.
Well, that shows you how naive people are. They don't even understand the game, that she's not even that good.
And we told you guys before the game's even started. You know what I mean? Like I've been meaning to pull the clip up. If I get fired tomorrow, I'll pull the clip up. But yeah, we were wasted at the cabin, and we were like, dude, the bitches are gonna be punking this girl. I mean, this is what's gonna happen.
But no, you have all these ESPN national writers be like, oh, we need to protect Caitlin Clark.
Oh, come on.
Like, y'all have never watched a fucking women's game in your life.
The guys that work for ESPN are not even sure of their gender. Let's be real. So
Yep.
Does Tim have a pass for the AVN Awards? Tim?
Ooh, should.
We've been in Vegas during the AVN Awards.
It's clutch.
It's a good time to be there. Will Chamberlain is a G like Tim. Wow. I mean, boy, damn, you got 4.2% equity in Sports Car Radio, and now you're getting compared to Will. This is a good. This is strong. This is strong. Harrison Cooper, $10. Guys, we got to talk about the bullpen. How do we get rid of ourselves of Sean Jelly?
Oh my God.
I'm a concerned fan. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, look,
and they
I think what
down Matos for fucking Slater, who can't even. I might have a better BA than Slater.
Look, they're a starter or two short. The whole year they've been probably waiting for Robbie Ray and Alex Cobb to get back. We've been taxing what arms we do have in the bullpen down there. They're just an average team. They have been for many years, ever since Buster Posey retired. It basically killed the franchise. So until they get a player, until they get a leader of the caliber of Buster Posey, we're going to continue to get beat. So Sean Jelly, I mean, God damn, you know, he might be one of the few arms down there that they'll run out there. But it's painful being a Giants fan. They won last night. I don't know what they did tonight. I think they're down in Texas. I don't know if they played tonight or not, but it's been a fucking absolute disaster. Stop It says Whatnot scammers shouldn't be allowed to call in and shield. Stonechase, he's definitely not a scammer. And not everybody who sells on Whatnot are scamming. There's a lot of sellers on Whatnot. And
yeah,
Some of them are good, some of them are bad.
And look, hey, if you can make money on Whatnot, I ain't gonna stop anybody from making from selling on Whatnot. As a buyer, though, you obviously, need to be aware of these things.
Please address Jeff Wilson claiming he sold 352 despite zero evidence of such on the state of Georgia Secretary of State business holdings. I mean, it's possible those things haven't been updated yet. I don't know how those things work. A lot of times, yeah, when somebody sells their LLC or change of ownership, there is some kind of update. It's possible those types of documents take a little while to move through the system. So I would probably check back in a maybe a month or two. Look to see if anything had updated and perhaps, some evidence that Jeff Wilson did sell 352. I don't think Colin, we don't understand. Remember when we talked about his 352 businesses and his PPP, everybody said, "Oh, you guys don't understand business and Jeff's this big businessman and da da da." So I don't even think we should talk about it because we don't understand business. And Jeff's the only one who's qualified to talk about business in the sports card world. Jeff and our other homie from I would trust this guy's take on business any day of the week. So Jeff and our homie from Mike Stadium Sports Cards are the only ones who can talk about business. That's qualified to talk about it. So
yeah, I don't know.
So we'll have to see. Maybe Jeff will help us on that one. Dave Snyder, Tim, are you PS5, Switch, Xbox, favorite video games?
No console games.
No console, computer only. DB4R 999 says that's not content. That's drama. One of the greatest lines of all time in sports card history there, echoed by Jay from Mojo Sports. That's not content, that's drama. Certainly we've milked it. We've done well there. I want Christine to smack me with a flip-flop. We do have signed flip-flops from Christine. They were delivered to her house today. She may have even signed some of these. These will be returned to me. We will put them on eBay, and all the proceeds will go to Christine. So we will have some eBay auctions to pimp, possibly as soon as next week. I'll get her to priority mail these out to us, and then we'll put these on the Sports Card Radio eBay account. Either all at once or one at the time. I don't know how I'll do it, but you can see we have some variations. We have rose red, we have green, and we have white. And you can see I really splurged. I went to Temu and I spent $3.95 each. So I really
would have bought all the white ones because they were only $3.27.
Right. I wanted different colors because I wanted some variation just in case. Know what I mean?
Okay.
So full disclosure, there are 12 out there, but we'll probably only sell 10. So when two of them get backdoored in a few years,
right.
Hey, sorry about that. We learned from the best. We learned from Tops. Tim and Ryan roaming around Times Square at midnight. Watch out. That's right. Well, if I get turned down from Alex, I may have to venture out in New York City.
High probability that you will.
And go to work. But
I'll throw Alex a good time.
Sure you're not getting anywhere near Alex. Nobody's getting anywhere near Alex.
What?
But if she says no, yeah, I'm sure me and Tim will be out in Times Square trying to put in some work.
I'm sure.
Tim got the Century and Oregon Trail. So you got demoted in the Oregon Trail.
I die.
Oh, man, I'm telling you,
it's tragic.
When you try and take these men's wives and shit, they get jealousy runs rampant. 209, repping the 209, baby, Stockton. That's right. I've been selling off all my cards for game used memorabilia of players I like. I finally got smart. Well, there you go. Love it. You should always, collect what you like, what you enjoy. I mean, only reason why I buy this Tiger Woods shit is because he's our dog. So it's like, hey, if it goes down to 500, if it goes down to $8,
Pinehurst next week, you that's gonna be 1,800.
Oh, if it's 1,800, I'll sell it.
And we'll sell it.
If it's 1,800, we sell. But yeah, I saw our boy Tiger was actually in Vegas. I think playing at the Aria. I was disappointed that I was not living in Vegas. I could have went over and maybe tried to hang out with our boy Tiger.
You could have.
Speaking of Aria, the Arias group says you at Cards HQ. Yeah, you're dang right. We left Bel Air and we are at the HQ now.
Downgrade.
So back at the HQ, baby. We loving life over here.
Brutal.
But those were the questions, and I just want to point out one more time that Luka Doncic lost game 1 of the NBA Finals, shooting 33%, 1 assist, 4 turnovers.
More turnovers than assists, and
so
3-point
not looking good because you
can
everybody choked. Jarek Jones choked tonight. Irving choked. Derek Lively no-showed. Jaden Hardy no-showed. Josh Green, Maxi Kleber shouldn't even be on the court. Tim Hardaway Jr.
Even anybody on a plus-minus except for the guys that were probably in at the end.
These are all nobodies on this team. So
nobodies.
These Celtics guys are going to have to really, really choke, I think, on these home games. Playing in Dallas is going to be a different story, but winning in Boston is going to be Kyrie and Luka are going to have to light it up. Like they're going to have 40 and 30.
Yeah.
To win.
89 points in game 1. That's.
Woo. No wonder all them Luka. Boy, if they would have won, they're going to be all the kind of people chirping.
Oh my God. We wouldn't have been able to quiet them down.
So yeah, we'll take a victory lap for one day.
BP asks, are the flip-flops going to be worn by Christine before she signs them?
I could have them warmed up a little bit. Yeah, we could have them kind of, that sometimes adds value. So
that's some guy's thing right there.
That's exactly. So
flip-flops.
I think I might have her slide them on. Christine, if you're watching, try these on, sign them, and then I'm going to send you my address and some money to send these back to me. So keep a pair for yourself though. She's going to keep a pair. She's going to, I had her keep a pair, use a pair to test out some different pens maybe, and then sign 10 of them. And then we'll auction off 10 of them.
Just in case Jeff comes upstate New York, she can slap him with it too.
She can slap Jeff with a flip-flop.
You
got him right. But that's all I had today.
That's all I got. I had about 6 of these, so.
So you're feeling good.
I'm feeling right.
I'm sober. Slap Jeff with the flip flop. You could sell that for a lot of money.
Oh,
look at all the people at the National 10 years ago, man. Look at the packed crowd at the National.
Man, it is packed.
That's why when people flip out about this card show, I'm like, where the fuck were y'all 10 years ago?
Yeah,
when I was the youngest guy in the room.
Yeah, it's the same shit.
Except for that little kid. Where were you guys?
And funny thing is, like it's the same shit. It ain't like there's something different there. It ain't like it changed. It's the same stuff.
No, it's the same motherfuckers. It's the same cards.
Yeah.
Where is everybody?
Well,
don't look at the prices.
Don't look at the prices.
Do not look at the prices.
Not look at the prices. If you had bought all that guy's cabinet, you'd probably have a shot at Alex.
Holy shit. Do not look at the goddamn prices.
You did not buy the cabinet, so you do not.
Ghost Town Tomato said, I had sex with a lot of women. Not a single one appreciated my sports card.
That is a great comment.
I can test that. I can attest to that too. None of these women care about sports cards.
Guys got to get a nice watch and get a nice Louis bag, and they start paying attention. Believe me. These pictures of men, they ain't gonna do shit.
Ain't gonna do shit for you guys. Trust and believe that.
Nope.
Ain't nobody cares.
Okay, gentlemen. Well, that was fun. Thank you all for tuning in. It is now, God damn, it's 12 p.m. on the Eastern Coast, and it's 9 p.m. here on the West Coast. Tim is just about to get fresh and go out. Ryan's about to slide into his Bumble notifications, and I'm about to slide into bed.
I'm proposing to Alex. Stop talking about other women. I'm proposing to Alex.
You're trying to get you're getting that
Oh,
together.
fuck these other bitches.
Fair enough. All right.
Alex,
Okay.
set up my DMs.
Yep. Well, those will be full. Those will be full later. Although, I mean,
no, this is exclusive. We're running a Fanatics exclusive right here.
You're doing exclusive on that?
This is an exclusive right here.
All right. Okay. Well, get your exclusive. We'll be back sometime, some other place, some other time. But for now, we're out of here.
To see up in the millions like 2.3, but G-Off got it all, getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we're talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on cardstock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt. Cause the market's down and you're clown, it's all false. You ruin the hobby I love with the bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Did you dip me out? I think you dipped you out. What you talking about? I don't think you did, deal. It's just shake shit like a GOBs, like it's wholesale thing with the mid-FTs. Taking money from the people that pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay. He's getting money, even better tax-free. Loving all stimulus, the PPP. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson.
One more time. It's for Alex.
What's going on with that PPP? You done a lot of talking, not a lot to see. Up in the millions like 2.3, but G-Off got it all, getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we're talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on cardstock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt. Cause the market's down and you're clown, it's all false. You ruin the hobby I love with the bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Did you dip me out? I think you dipped you out. What you talking about? I don't think you did, deal. It's just shake shit like the GOBs, like it's wholesale thing with the mid-FTs. Taking money from the people that pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay. He's getting money, even better tax-free. Loving all stimulus, the PPP. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson.
Till next time.
See you, boys.